Welcome to BlackwaterDnD. Good times to see you people Orc.Style. It's me, Don Decker. That's the new catchphrase.
Sorry, no. Good times to see people hard-style?
Heart-style is what I heard.
No, I heard
Hard-style.
Yep.
How do you feel?
I don't know.
I believe
I don't know so
that.
much about this one.
I believe that beauty belongs in the eye of the beholder. So you decide, audience.
The eyes of the bull.
Yeah, I'm gonna take it and I'm gonna run from there.
I'm gonna run too.
Yeah.
I'm going to acknowledge tonight that we are streaming from the traditional, ancestral, and unceded territories of the Coast Salish, Stolo, Semiahmoo, Kwantlen, Sawasan, and Musqueam First Nations. While our characters play in a world that Tim has created, we are honored to live, work, and play on these lands tonight. You will notice we are down to Jess this evening. She is at home. She is sick this evening. Jess, we love you. Get better, and we will see you when you return. Big thank you to our sponsors and partners. We're grateful to do this campaign in partnership with the wonderful folks here at QuestKeep. If you love this campaign as much as we do, you do, I know you do, you're going to want to head on over to our YouTube page. All of our content is there. Campaign 1, Campaign 2, a bunch of miniseries. It's great. Episodes from Campaign 2 release on Fridays at noon after being here on Twitch on Mondays. And then with podcast episodes dropping the following Monday so that you can get caught up no matter how you consume this wonderful, wonderful show. You can type !YouTube in the chat to find all the details. I want to give a huge thank you to our TechWater team of Chantel and Cade in the booth this evening. Woo! Thank you for keeping us on the technical rails. Some very brief programming updates. Episode 71 dropped on the podcast. We also have a Patreon. This is normally where I would throw to Jess, but I'm going to throw to Adam to tell us about Patreon.
Yeah, we have a Patreon. It's fucking sick. Are you kidding me? You can subscribe at a free tier, and you get a whole bunch of cool stuff. You get access to the Patreon exclusive Discord, where you can chat with all the other people who are also in the Patreon, and then at Knucklebone tier and above, you can listen to all of the God Killers, which I'll throw to you in a second, because that's we got to talk about.
The God Killer stuff is now technically off of.
Fucking ignore me. I don't know what I'm talking about. This is what Jess.
You can get all the God Killer behind
you get
the scenes.
God Killer up there?
There's a really cool thing. There's a really cool thing called Chatwater, which if you're subscribed to the free tier, you get 1 per month. But if you're subscribed at the Knucklebone tier or above, you get access to all of them. It's literally, as soon as we've done this, we go straight to filming Chatwater.
So good.
It's like the most like stream of consciousness, immediate reaction to what just happened that episode. A lot of fun. Don't miss out.
Barely
and
filtered.
also, you can listen to God Killer. Anyone can listen to God Killer. Can you?
Yeah, I can talk about God Killer.
I no longer have a segue.
That was a beautiful segue. Our first interlude episode of God Killer Balance Reuniting dropped on September 20th, and it was just so freaking beautiful, team. It was a shorter episode featuring Anjali as Tialia, Maiden of the Deep Woods, and the wonderful Christian Carlson as Davos Halassian. I've seen a lot of people on Twitter talking about that it's just mom and dad, and they want more mom and dad. And it's great, and it was beautiful, and I cried the whole time. While we leave them there in the river, we are drawing ever closer to Rake and Ever meeting on the steps of Temple Libika in Glass. The core cast is myself as Gods, the GM, and the entire world of the Cradle, with Yanis as one of my God Killers. Holy shit. He's been waiting for that for hours. As well as the beautiful and fantastically talented Gina Susanna as our core cast. And we have a stunning crew of guests welcoming Christian Navarro, Tim Carlson, Anjali Bamani, Christian Carlson, Cody Heath, Luis Carrazzo, Brennan Lee Mulligan, Matt Mercer, and I'm very, very excited to say that we have finally scheduled the date for our final guest, who I am not going to announce. I know, I really want to. I really want to.
It's been spoiled though, hasn't it?
It was very briefly spoiled on the Playmats channel, very, very briefly.
No.
But I don't know if that, no, that was totally with my sanctioning. I don't know if that VOD is still up, so you should probably go find that VOD. I'm not going to tell you where it is other than that. But
Red dot on his head right now.
Hey, I got a team ready.
I'll say this.
Stand by.
If you're looking at our cast list, the person who this is should be quite obvious
Tim
to
Navarro.
you. Surprise, it's Tim Navarro.
Oh, right.
If you've listened to
Navarro,
Balance and you like what you hear, go check out our first series, Oblivion, which is also out wherever pods are cast. You don't need to listen to Oblivion to start Balance, but it does provide a heck of a lot of context, and you'll be able to understand all the lore and Easter eggs in there. You know what? I'm going to drop like a little fun thing because I'm not telling you who our special guest is at the moment. Sean and I had a wonderful meeting last night, and something I have been noodling on because, gosh darn it, I can't stop. We will be, Godkiller, I'm happy to announce, will be part of a trilogy. So there will be 3 series. I'm not going to anchor myself down to any dates, but it will be sometime in 2025. So I'm very, very excited to take this story to a much different point in the timeline, and had some really exciting thoughts today about origins of a lot of the gods. And I know that I will be, once we get to that point, I'll be doing a ton of world building streams because surprises, we're gonna need some more gods. So I'm gonna be needing to
running out.
Yeah,
a lot of them dead.
Yeah, it's gonna be great.
You need to stop killing all these gods, dude.
Tank.
We are thrilled to have this show sponsored by the incredibly wonderful folks over at Hero Forge and Moonbeam. So thank you for making this show possible. We also have, I said that already, episodes drop bi-weekly.
Sure do.
And the next one is back to the main storyline. Episode 3, Exploring, drops this Friday, October 4th at noon PST. And we're going to be dropping some more trailers and teasers. So thank you so much for joining us through our second journey through the Cradle. Also, maybe one more thing I can say. I was talking to our composer, Cy Rutherford, this week, who has been just sending me along buckets and buckets of music. And we will be releasing all of his composed music as an album. And that will be
fucking rock.
Yeah, so we're going to be releasing it on Patreon
Everything on Patreon. You
and
can get.
if you're not a patron, it'll be available for everyone at the Knucklebone tier and above. But if you're not a patron, or you're at the patron at the free tier and you want this album, you will have the ability to purchase it directly through our Patreon because they have that option now. So it's going to be like 37 tracks. That's at least at the minimum. So that's very exciting. Okay. Which brings us to our dedicated sponsor. I'll come up there in a second. Our dedicated sponsor for the evening. And they're back. I'm so excited. Our amazing friends over at Orc.Style. Gosh, I love them so much. Purveyors and creators of the most monstrous fantasy fetish, fashion, and cosplay accessories. Also, very proudly, a Canadian company based out of Edmonton, so we love them very much. They are back and they have rebranded. Their entire website is new, so you can head on over to check that out because everyone needs an orc in their life. We're happy to help them celebrate Orc.Style's 5th birthday with their annual Orktoberfest. And we are kicking off Orktoberfest as of tonight at midnight tonight. You can get 15% off everything in the store. Everything in the store.
Everything. Look in every corner.
Look in every corner of that. I'll talk about that in a minute. If you're needing a costume for Halloween or you have an amazing cosplay in the works, their Chompers Orc Tusks are super comfortable. They can be refitted as many times as you need to. There are 7 different styles of those, so you can go and check that out. Often the tusks curve up. They do not curve
But
down.
if you flipped them, then you'd be like the chonkiest vampire.
A vampire.
And their cosplay tusks are fantastic for orcs, trolls, goblins, ogres, all of that kind of wonderful thing. There's also 25 new designs of tanks, tees, hats, and hoodies, as well as 4 very fun new items if you're looking to get adventurous on that part of their website. A kind reminder that the Orc.Style website is an 18+ website, so with all things adventurous, please proceed at your own risk.
If you can't kiss a voting booth on the mouth, you're not allowed in.
Not
Not
that
ready
part of the
yet.
website.
Sounds for voters only. Register
You
now.
actually have to legally be registered.
There's a very important election coming up.
Yes.
Very important election here in BC.
And also
And also in
Provincial
this
election.
And
No,
also-
our provincial election
Yes,
is
our
on
provincial
October
ele-
19th.
and further down south. So
Yeah.
vote and then buy yourself something nice at Orc.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
yourself.
Treat yourself afterwards. And that's not Orc.Style.com. That's Orc.Style is their website. So you can type !orc in the chat to find all of the links for that stuff. I just
Also-
want go ahead.
If you're in the U.S. and you really want to freak out the Republicans, go vote with a pair of tusks on.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
They're
true.
They won't know what it is. They'll be real confused.
You will see it on the news being like, the orcs are voting now?
The time of the orc has risen. So you're gonna do that, and you're gonna head on over to Orc.Style and grab an orc or two and release the monster inside. So We are at the wonderful request of Aaron, who is the purveyor of Orc.Style, bringing back the very first game we ever played when we started getting sponsored by Orc.Style, which was, I think, episode 3. So it's been a minute. This one, they liked so much they made a t-shirt about it. This is called Hot Sexy Orcs in Your Area. And we're gonna look through some orc dating profiles this evening. So in front of you, lovely gentlemen, there is a sheet of paper with a randomized orc name on it that I found through some fantasy name generators. It's wonderful. One at a time, you're gonna open them up. Well, you've already opened them, it's
I
fine.
haven't opened mine.
Can I look so I can at least prepare?
Yes, you can.
No, mine-
You're gonna tell us.
We'll do a live.
Listen up, boys. You're gonna tell us what they look like,
Oh,
a like and a dislike that they have, and where they are taking this wonderful prospective dater on the first date. This is a dating profile. That's gonna be great. So I'm gonna get everyone to roll a d20 and we'll see who is going first.
So hold on. What they look like,
Yes, a like and a dislike,
a like and a dislike.
and where they're gonna be taking this
where
prospective
they're
dater on
gonna
a
be
first date.
taking us. Okay.
Okay, roll a d20.
Can I go last?
No.
that's up to the dice, brother.
It's not up to you.
Oh, that's cocked on a net.
Gotta honor the cock, especially during an orc
A
style.
14.
Okay. Anybody higher than a 14?
15, baby.
I got a 16.
Okay.
I got a 12.
Okay, so
I go last because I got the highest number.
no,
No.
Tim, then Sean,
Yeah.
then Yanis,
Okay,
then
okay.
Adam.
Remind me. I have to.
Like, dislike, what they look like, where they take someone else on a nice time.
First date.
Okay.
A first
And I'm
date?
also gonna have you roll for hot
Okay.
as well.
Oh,
So Tim, go ahead, go first.
Okay, roll for hot. That's a. That's a natural one.
Fantastic.
Okay, they
Tell us
have
about this
different
wonderful.
qualities.
Hi, I'm Crashnack. Crashnack is just puke orange and just thick tusks.
Tim, you need to go to the hospital.
It's like, one and it splits right at the leg.
No.
Just one fucking.
One of these?
Yeah, it's just. Yeah. Their tongue is always hanging out, dude. Crashnack! And they like cinema. Okay? They love cinema.
What's a dislike they have?
They hate dogs.
They don't
They
like dogs.
hate dogs.
So dog lovers need
All
to
dogs.
And where are they taking this prospective dater on the list?
They're gonna take them to. There's so many dark thoughts. Oh, Crashnack has a lot of dark thoughts. They're gonna take them to a couple of grindhouse films
Yeah.
at their favorite. It's called the Shit House.
Yeah.
It's like a back alley theater.
Amazing.
And it's where they take all their first dates, and it's mostly a cinema for rats.
Is it a lot of ratatouille?
Were rats? Is it were rats?
No,
or regular
no,
rats?
just big fat
Is this-
rats.
Somebody in the neighborhood started screening things
Yeah.
for the rats and crashed.
Yeah, and then now there's little seats and stuff.
Yeah, perfect.
There's a couple of
So accessible
human
and
chairs.
accommodating.
Yeah, that's fun.
Amazing. Thank you, Tim. Sean,
Crashnack!
I believe, Sean, you are next.
See how hot we got today. Okay, 12. That's good. And this is Gradaba. 12 hotness, Gradaba. It's sort of like, how do you feel in the mouth? Gradaba.
It's very like teeth,
Yeah,
bottom
Gradaba.
lip forward. Yeah.
What is that, an under or an over?
That's an underbite.
That's an underbite.
The part of your mouth that's under the.
Yeah, Gradaba.
Yep.
Recently divorced.
Oh.
Gradaba getting back out there. He's usually salt and pepper, but it's all pepper. These days, Gradaba, he's been dying it.
Oh no! Is it one of those like it's the kind of black that
Just for
doesn't
men.
exist in real life?
Yeah.
Just for orcs. It's like Vanta
And
Black.
it's
The
like,
into black hair, you're like, oh, but
the guy is like kind of stained.
Yeah.
yeah, when he sweats.
Light does not escape Gradaba. He's got kind eyes. Kind, gentle, listening eyes. He likes crosswords and hates Sudoku.
He's a simple man.
Letters good, numbers bad. And where he's gonna take you on a date is where he took his husband, his ex-husband,
Yes.
on their first date, which is also the Rat Cinema.
Oh no!
Very popular in this part of town. That's Gradaba.
Amazing.
That's Gradaba.
Thank you so much.
That's Gradaba.
Wonderful. Yanis,
incredible.
you are next.
Do I gotta do a voice? Why would
No,
do a
you
voice?
don't. Just please tell me.
I just
Okay.
found the
Voice.
character
Why are we
through the
doing
voice.
voices?
I got Tulraz.
Raz.
Let's roll for hot.
Please roll for hot.
How's Toll
That's
Res?
a natural one.
Whoa!
Oh, these are yucky doors.
No, they have other qualities.
Tolraz is very tall, but he's all legs. Very long legs, tiny.
Very little body.
He's got one tusk and one broken tusk.
Oh.
And he's balding, but in the opposite way most people do. So it's all hair on the top, and then it's balding from the bottom.
Incredible. Artists, you know what to
imagine
do.
a pointy head.
You know what to do.
Yeah, it's kind of like a reverse clergyman, like you know. The
Yeah.
Absolutely.
It's kind of the haircut I imagine Lenko
I
had.
can't. Is he balding down or is he balding from his
He's
sideburns
holding
up?
sideburns
up, baby.
Oh, fuck.
Eventually, he'll just have a little tuck. He loves pumpkin spice, but he hates fall. And he's gonna take you on the first day. He's gonna take you to a speakeasy, which looks like a really nice bar. And then when you pull the right bottle of liquor, it opens up and it's just a laundromat because he's got some laundry to do.
He's
It's a reverse speakeasy.
reverse speaking.
It's a speaker.
It's a whisper loudly.
It's a speak maybe. Amazing. Thank you, Yanis. Adam.
Okay, I am Argamesh.
Argamesh is good.
Are you going with advantage?
So these numbers just for us. So you rolled a natural one for hot. I also rolled a D12.
Just a special little
you got
D12.
8.
That's
what makes up
I guess
the
we'll
one.
find out.
Natty ones?
Is that how many tusks he has?
Gosh.
8?
No, 8. You know.
Toes perfect.
Exactly. Argamesh. Argamesh doesn't have lips or teeth.
God, what does he have? Just a hole?
Do you have cheeks?
Just gums. Just kind of, yes.
Just a hole.
Real
Does he have
nasty
prosthetic
hole.
teeth?
No. He's accepted this lot in life.
He does have prosthetic lips.
Yeah. They are obviously fake.
Strapped two hot dogs to his face.
He's got 2 lazy eyes. They go in there totally different directions.
Can you have two lazy
Yeah,
eyes?
one goes this way, one goes that way.
I mean, isn't the one eye just looking that one, the other one is it?
Nope. Nope.
Neither looks where
He
he
is
wants
looking
to go.
this way.
He's trying desperately to look forward, but he's always looking. His peripheral vision, unmatched.
Hasn't been caught by a predator yet.
Only took his
Only
lips to teeth.
gingivitis.
Tooth decay and gum decay. Got him real bad. What
does he like?
He loves seafood. He hates rats and films that insist on themselves. And he's taking you under the bridge to go crustacean fishing. Mostly crabs, but if you get a lobster or two, that's a fun day.
But he hates seafood.
No, he loves seafood.
Oh, he loves
He
seafood.
hates rats
I
and
understand,
movies
sorry.
that insist on
Idea
themselves.
of this guy eating
I know.
With no teeth.
it's just like
soft.
creating a
just slip it.
seal on a lobster.
Exactly, brother.
Or does he like squeeze it like a toothpaste tube?
Well, no, because he doesn't like toothpaste.
No, he
Doesn't
doesn't need
eat it.
toothpaste. I want to say a ginormous thank you to the wonderful folks over at Orc.Style, and I'm also very pleased to say that we're back with them again next week.
Hell yeah.
This is the most notes I've taken in weeks, and it was just creating.
Just creating a little character. I love it. So you can type exclamation point orc in the chat to head over to Orc.Style's website. And remember, one more time, this is an 18+ website, so please adventure responsibly.
If you can't drink in Australia, you're not allowed to go to Orc.Style.
If you can't drink here, you should be cautious about going to Orc.Style, even if you're older than 18.
So that's it. Grab your tissues, grab your spider milk, grab your jorts and your best friends. Whether you are new with us tonight or you have been with us for ages, thank you so much for your support. It is through community that we make amazing things happen. We hope you feel very, very welcome. at our table. Chantal, roll the clip, roll the clip.
All right! Those of you just joining us tonight, last week Best Wishes executed their plan and liberated Keshoera. It was a difficult fight, having them spread across the battlefield, but fortune was on their side as they fought valiantly and overthrew the occupiers. And that is where we pick up in the aftermath of this battle. As you look around, you see Kip has freed the rest of the prisoners, and they are going and ripping off the barricades
Kip
of
is
the
back.
doors. Sorry, Dell is there. Kip has not returned just yet, but you can hear after the kind of lightning strikes in the forest, it is quiet in that direction.
I would start, I think the very first thing Shy would be doing is just going over and just starting to rip off the barricades on the houses, as many as we can.
As you tear them off, you see people just kind of flooding out. There are sort of tears of jubilation as like they kind of take in the scene and realize that they have been liberated. And there is a lot of sort of an overwhelming sense of relief that kind of spreads across the village.
Do any of you who are not completely fucked up, want to come with me and just make sure Kip and the Biscuit Boys are all right?
Yeah, why don't
They might need some help.
why don't you guys go? Mel and I can stay here, and we'll keep going and making sure moving through, make sure everybody's okay.
As you head over, you hear this kind of,
My boy!
and you see coming through the tree line, you see the Biscuit Boys, all, some of them pretty bloody, but they're all kind of riding on your son, on the Earth Elemental, as he kind of glides down from the edge of the forest down into the village and kind of lets them all off. And you see the dragon kind of slowly moving behind them as well. This large bronze dragon.
I would walk up to
My beautiful boy. Father!
And you see like huge hunks of his rock have fallen out.
I would
Looking
put a hand on
worse
him.
for wear.
I put a hand on him and say,
You've done well. Thank you. Now rest.
and I would drop concentration and let him crumble down.
And he just like crumbles around you, giving you a hug.
Oh, sweet baby boy.
Into that little snowman.
Pick the snowman up, and I walk up to Kip.
He did real well. What are you doing?
It's for you.
For me?
Yes.
What do you mean?
Well, you can put him in your house somewhere. As a sort of way of remembering your triumph here.
Are you sure?
Yes.
All right.
You've done an amazing thing here.
Well, I couldn't have done it without all of you.
Well, that's true for pretty much anyone who does anything. It doesn't
Yeah,
mean
I guess you're right.
doesn't mean that you didn't keep fighting.
Yeah,
You've done a very good thing here.
thanks. How did it go here? Everybody all right?
Everyone's all right.
Everybody in one piece?
Well, not them.
Is my dad around?
He is.
Boy, Tidal!
And you kind of see him perks up, and Kip kind of runs over, and you see they have this massive embrace as Dell kind of pulls him in. And you see, even though you know Kip to be a young man, when you saw him in the forest, he had aged quite a bit, but there's something in that moment when he hugs his father, he looks a little younger once again. He kind of pulls him in. Hey! Thank y'all for helping us. Y'all came back. That was great. Y'all okay?
Yes.
I got everyone freed.
Good job on that.
Yeah, no, well, I mean, couldn't have done it without you.
I think I would, as the lads are kind of moving over that way, I would move over to Brother Deep And then if he's still above,
He's like sitting on the edge. He's getting ready to hop back in the water with a few of the other. You see a few other kind of the elders with him.
I would lean down to him and I would say this in Aquan to him. We are going to be down once I've had a good sleep. And I want you to take some rest. But we're going to come down to the shelf maybe tomorrow.
All right.
And
I'll be down there.
And my mama's coming back, I think.
I knew the tide would bring her back.
Yeah, so you always said.
Nah, I gotta get down there.
And I like gently help push.
Just sort of like sloughs into the water.
As he like as you see the two elders kind of come with him and take and start swimming him down back towards the shelf to help kind of find his equilibrium once again.
Yeah.
Hey, Del.
Yeah.
Where'd the Admiral post up? Where was he living?
He left a few days ago.
No. The guy who left it, like... Uga.
Oh, where'd he?
Yeah, where was he living?
Well, most of them were up in the spray,
The top of the waterfall.
up at the top.
Oh, that's so far.
Yeah.
That's where he lived?
Yeah, most of the time. He only was staying down here for the last couple of days when everybody left, but before that, they were all kind of up there. All the kind
Is it
of
like a... Oh, fuck.
big wigs.
Gotta get up there.
I mean, we traipsed our way down through there.
Yeah, there's a path you can get up.
No, I know I can. I just... A hike. Ugh.
It's not that bad.
Fine.
Well, we also.
Help me feel him up. Let's see what he's got.
Well, I was just gonna say, do that with everyone. I'm gonna. Do you want me to help you?
No, I want
I'm
him
also
to
gonna
do it,
help
and
him.
I want to supervise.
Is that the help
Investigation?
action?
Or?
Yeah, investigation.
I have a 1 second level spell slot left, and I will use that to remember how to investigate.
I'll guidance myself.
I'm garbage at investigation,
have,
but
you
I
know-
will just be going around like helping.
Yeah,
people.
yeah.
There we go.
17 plus.
I also think too that like Shy's people are
28.
free. She has everything. She
21.
21?
28.
28. You search his body. You find on a lot of the Drakenweir bodies, you find that symbol that looks like a captain's wheel. And you can see like the center of it is almost like a door frame. You find that on necklaces on all of them.
Is that a Umalingo thing?
Yeah.
Okay, that's not like I'm a pirate.
I want to find the nicest looking one, like a gold one or like.
You
one
see
made of-
the one that Ugar has, is made of bone. You can see it
What
looks
kind of
maybe like
bone?
whale bone.
Okay,
Right.
I'll take that one.
Okay.
Does Algar have like? Because Algar was a spellcaster. Does
Yeah,
Algar also?
Algar's
have,
was kind of polished wood, and you can see the spokes on the captain's wheel were banded with what looks like maybe silver or
But there's none that are
Like an arcane focus.
yeah.
There's none that are like made of gold or like have gems in them or anything.
No, none of them have
I'll
gems.
take
They all
that.
look
I
hand
feel like that's
carved.
not really Umalingo's brand.
Yeah, they all look hand carved and mostly organic materials. With that's the only one you see that's adorned with any kind of metal.
Because it was a spellcaster.
Yeah.
Can I do a nature check to see if I can determine the source of the bone?
Yeah, sure.
Any keys or rings while he's rolling?
You don't find any keys. There are some like jewelry rings. You find like some gold rings, but
Non-field magic style.
none look no. You see his large sword. That's kind of like the sawtooth sword. That's the only thing that kind of jumps out to you that maybe has some magical properties.
30.
30. Yeah, it looks like bone from like a blue whale.
Okay.
Whoa.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
He also had armor on. Is that just mundane looking?
Yeah, it looks like it's half plate. It's quite nice. It looks like it's been sort of custom made for him. You get the sense that there may like you can make an Arcana check to see.
Sure. Oh,
If
God.
you notice if anything kind of jumps out at you.
We're good at Arcana.
Someone in this party has to be.
That's a 27.
Woo!
Yeah, as you kind of
weird non-rogue
inspect
things.
it, you see on the inside there are some runes carved on the inside of the metal. There's like the inside is sort of padded with leather, but there's like a strip up at the top where the metal is exposed on the inside, and you can see there is some arcane lettering.
Okay.
So it seems like it has some kind of enchantment. You're not exactly sure what it is.
I will. I'll strip the armor and. Do you mind if we
Put the sword in the bag.
the armor as well?
Yeah, of course. So we put the.
I might use that eventually.
Yeah, okay.
It'll take me some time, but
You don't usually use stuff like that.
yeah. But I got stabbed a lot today. I think if I'm harder to get to, might be good, worthwhile for the whole team.
You look like Shy, and Shy is like, looks absolutely wrecked as the the wings have faded by this point.
You
but-
also see the metallic wings
Yeah.
folding back into his back.
I think there's a moment, as Shy and Esper, he's talking to her about the bag. And, you doing okay?
I'm tired.
Yeah,
It was a long one.
me too. Yeah. With my 2 levels of exhaustion.
Also too. I had to hold the line, and that's not really my expertise, but I guess I gotta figure it out.
You did real good.
You too.
Yeah, well, I got him.
You took out the big guy.
I didn't get the final hit on him, but I buttered him up a little bit.
He spent a lot of time chasing you. Man, he spent a lot of time not chasing any of us.
Well,
It's important.
yeah.
I think my leg is broken.
Oh, Jay, let me help
Yeah.
you sit down. So there is, I think there
Moving half
is,
speed, just like limping.
I think there is a moment there where Shy just and then immediately just helps Esper. Miri is gonna head over to Esper.
I feel like Esper doesn't look bruised at all. It's just bite marks. It's just fully
yeah.
chunks of flesh missing because he was fighting exclusively Swag.
Yeah.
So he's just torn
How,
to shreds.
how bad do you look right now?
Not actually that bad.
Okay.
Half. But there's it looks like a lot of them are actively closing.
Okay.
But yeah, because I got 35 right now. 'cause
How
of
does
the
Mark look at this point?
thingy.
You know, I can't remember because
Mark, I think, only got hit once.
you got
Mark,
hit
you got hit
twice,
with the
but
Triton.
every
Yeah.
time I get hit, I see the end. We leveled up, and I left my
yeah.
old thing at home.
Yeah.
So
I think you took 20-ish.
Mark's
Yeah.
more or less okay. What's more important, he's tapped out, so he's
Yeah.
as vulnerable as a rabbit.
I think Miri goes over to Mal, and she's going to use a 2nd level spell slot to cure his poisoning for lesser restoration.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was looking a little worse for wear.
Peek, he was
just
a little
just
peek,
quietly vomiting in the corner.
and then she'll put another 2nd level cure wounds into him as well. Oh no, I like that one.
Yeah, it's
That
gone
one's
forever.
that one's from Jen. So I gotta. Oh, that's pretty good. 7 and a 4 is 11 plus wisdom modifiers 4, so that's 15 points into Mal.
You see one of the other elders comes up. Would you come with me?
Yeah, of course.
We all need to. We're gonna cleanse the pool.
Yes, of course. Yes, please.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you.
And they kind of bring you down, and you see all of the Triton have kind of gathered around the basin, and you watch as they all kind of stand together. You hear them start to sing,
Shy joins in. She would know the song.
and you watch as the water starts to churn ever so slightly, and you see a few of them kind of push their hands out as this sort of gust of air kind of rips across the basin, and you watch a few others kind of bring up these walls of water that crash down into it, and you see one of them kind of stands towards the waterfall, and there is kind of this large sweeping motion as there is almost like it's like the unkinking of a hose as the waterfall kind of rushes with extra strength. It just kind of splashes down, and there is this massive spray of water that kicks up, and you can see as the light catches the water droplets in the air, there's this kind of soft rainbow that fades as the water starts to churn and cleanse and return back to that kind of clear blue, beautiful look that you saw when you first arrived here.
I think at the second that she could, like there would be kind of like a little, before it drops off entirely, there's kind of like a little beach there. So I think Shy kicks off her shoes the second the singing starts. And like you'd notice about Shy, like looking at her now, she is like glowing. She's fully radiant, covered in the bioluminescence. It's like moved halfway up her face. It's covering her shoulders, her arms, her underarms, and you see it also like spreading out onto her feet. And she kicks off her shoes and kind of pulls up her pant legs and just goes like feet first into the water while she is singing and helping cleanse the pool.
Nice. Yep. And the whole ritual probably takes half an hour. You hear this kind of song move as they continue to move around the water, and as it's finishing, a lot of them jump into the water, and you see them, a number of them begin to swim down into the domiciles that line that kind of inner pool, as they start the healing process of what they've been through.
We should, I know y'all want to go down and take a look at the shelf. I'd like to go down too. But if you don't mind, I'd like to go over to my house, see what those fuckers did to it, and at least put it in a little bit of repair before we get my mama over here. We're going to have to call her too.
I could use a rest.
Yeah, and there's enough rooms and stuff, so.
I get myself. Mark has just been sitting like on the beach, just sort of watching the thing.
Where he
happen.
was standing when the battle ended, just like immediately see it.
He like checked. It's like, oh, there's no secret thing. Cool. Just sort of ended up reclining into the sand. The tide has actually come in as he's been sitting there, and he's now just sort of like submerged, like half up his butt.
You'd
And
probably notice too that like if you're sitting in the water is warmer than it should be, or the warmer than it was last time. I think the magic of the land having been reclaimed would have made it almost just like a beautiful like bathwater temperature.
It's impossible to notice that he's peed.
Except the water, as you said, is halfway up his butt, so he's just pissing freely. It's visually very obvious.
No, I'd
like to-
temperature-wise,
he's
you
wearing
can't tell.
pants.
I'd like to think that he took a hard enough hit that he's peeing blood just a little bit. Like it's definitely not clear.
But it's flavored like coffee.
You do see the bronze dragon has sort of retreated somewhat, and you would have noticed as this dragon turned, you can see it kind of shakes, and a number of tridents kind of drop down to the ground as it kind of takes up and off into the air and does kind of a wide loop of the village before heading somewhere farther up the mountain.
Where Beckett is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, to go rendezvous with their friend Beckett. But yeah.
And
so-
we would have told Beckett afterwards probably to meet back at my house if he chose to come back. If he chose to leave, that would be fine, but that my house would be open to him if he wished.
So you head over to Shy's house. You can see it was used as a kind of pen to hold a number of villagers. So it's like there is a bit of a state of disarray because there was just a lot of people kind of packed in, probably maybe 30 or 40 people kind of packed into this tight space. But it is, as clean as that they could maintain it. But everything is out. All the any kind of food or bedding or anything like that would have been well used.
Mark's just going by with his staff, just mending like all the little nooks and cracks and breaks, and just sort of like a little repaired pressure washer.
I think Shy would go inside and kind of this is Mal's first time here, so she would kind of show him around a bit. It doesn't obviously normally look like this, but this is where I grew up.
It's nice.
Yeah. We should,
Surprised you left.
oh, you know that story, though. Yeah. Before my mama gets here, we should rearrange the patio, the roof, and her apothecary space. Other than that, the rest of it can wait. But
Maybe we should bring him over in the morning.
yeah, that's probably the best.
We can get some rest. And then greet them not looking quite so ragtag.
Well, I can imagine too that for those of you who can call them, that magic isn't available to you right now.
No, I'm spent.
Mary's
I'm
spent
quite
too.
tired.
Mary's spent too. I think.
I'm going to bed down for the night.
Yes,
We should keep watch. There might be people in the woods or coming back. I don't think we're completely in the clear.
I should sleep.
Yeah, you sleep. You're bleeding from every orifice.
Thank you.
And some that shouldn't be there.
Well, I took a couple hits and a couple sword slashes.
Miri, actually, I wanted to talk to you about something, so maybe we could have a chat. And we'll flash back to that when Jess is at the table.
Yeah. And that would probably,
to establish
porch
that
would
there
probably
is
be
a-
a good place for that.
Yeah, I just wanted to establish that there was a conversation with Miri and Esper at
Out on the porch.
juncture.
Mark, would you like to take first watch with me?
Absolutely. And we'll flash back to that. We'll talk when.
When
3
Jess is at the
episodes from now.
There's a reason.
You'll get it.
I think Shy would kind of make sure that there was like some food out, like whatever was being shared, or whoever put a pot on of something. She'd put on some tea and leave it in the.
Yeah, I think actually just Shy's house isn't that far from the center of town.
No. Nothing is really that
Yeah,
far
it's
from
all the same thing. I think Mark would actually make a point of heading over and help liberate the fucking
Yeah, you
food
see,
stores.
people are heading over to the Sirens Hall, which is where, they converted it essentially into a mess hall, while they kept everybody prisoner. So there's food being cooked in there and being sort of brought and given out and around. You can you get that sort of waft of a boil.
I was gonna say, Del, maybe a boil.
Yeah, absolutely. As things are being brought up from some of the lower parts of the basin, like clams and mussels and things like that, are being brought up and harvested to be brought up to be used in the boil and stuff like that. So you get a whiff of it just as you step outside. People are already starting to kind of fill into those roles to kind of help everyone in this time.
And in spite of being literally any wound is lethal for Mark. Feeling just really quite good about what's happening here. And so I think not, dead on his feet, but not necessarily eager to go to sleep. And so sort of carousing with the locals and making a point to really talk up the exploits of Kip to Del.
Yeah.
And talk about how instrumental the Biscuit Boys were. And
He listens to what you're saying, and then he goes, Mark, can I talk to you?
is this the junior or the senior?
Senior.
Okay, yeah, absolutely. Del.
Can we just...
Yeah.
And he kind of takes you just away from the group as you see Kip is helping out, and he's there with the Biscuit Boys and everyone. He ain't the same after everything, and I think we all are changed, but I think something's got a hold of his heart.
I think you might be right.
He said something to me that I don't... He said he was gonna go. He couldn't stick around. He said he was gonna leave. I don't know why he'd want to leave.
I don't think it's because he wants to. I think Kip loves this place and these people more than anything. Well, maybe not quite as much as Crokinole, but really top two. And I think he made a promise in order to protect it. I don't think he wants to leave.
Right.
But I think he has to keep a promise.
Well, will you do something for me?
Yes.
Will, can you pass this on to Shy, too? Will you two make sure that Tide brings him back?
I will do everything that I can to make sure that the tide brings him back.
Thanks. Thank you.
You know, I know a thing or two about one's heart not totally being one's own. I believe it runs in the family. And just because he won't be here, I doubt you will ever be far from his heart and his thoughts.
Yeah, I guess you're right. Yeah. You know, I joked about him going to see the world, and I feel a bit the fool now.
You raised a good man.
I hope so. Anyway, we should go get some food. I'm starving. Come on. Kind of leads you back over the Siren's Hall.
Yum, yum, yum.
Yum, yum, yum.
I think Shy and Mal would probably just head upstairs.
Yeah.
And like Shy would like take the time to unwrap the bandages, clean the bandage, or unwrap the wraps, clean them, like lay out her clothes, wash them, all of that kind of stuff, knowing that she's gonna have to be up and ready to go tomorrow or the next day, and help him like tend to his wounds and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
and you see as he helps, or as you start to help him, he kind of takes your hand, like, you should lie down. I'll be okay. You got a little worse than I did.
Yeah, I wasn't the one coughing out black green shit.
That's fine.
I don't, that stuff doesn't bother me anymore, so
Wow. Maybe I need to learn a thing or two from you.
you gotta start punching harder.
You just punch the poison out?
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. And so Shy does as she's told and lies down.
He starts to kind of rub your back.
It's nice.
Yeah.
It's really nice.
As he, like, gently redresses your wounds and kind of settles you in for the night.
Shy sleeps so fast. Like, unlike M, Shy doesn't have problems sleeping.
One of those worrying, like, oh, she was injured. Like, light.
You okay? It's been 2 hours.
You're on your side. You're on your side. You're on your side.
Should be sleeping. You took way too many hits there.
Yeah, I think Shy is out very, very
concerningly fast.
with the levels of
Like,
exhaustion. Yeah.
And
Thistle like to do.
I think Thistle's just gonna sit on the
Yeah.
patio by the water
Sure.
and just sort of watch the townsfolk going about their business
Yeah.
and wait for Mark to return for his watch.
Mark finishes the chapter that he's reading aloud to the children about complex carbohydrates. And that's all for tonight.
You see
No, I want to hear more.
Nodding.
Remember, it's fiber. That's the important part.
Yeah, fiber.
Fiber. Yes, good.
Can't take grains underwater. That's the one thing.
And I,
But they got tons of seaweed.
I think he would find Thistle. I think he would have asked to borrow a knife, one of the knives of Esper's, and you would find him sort of sitting on the patio, scratching away with a knife at the bone Umalingo symbol.
Yeah.
Putting your sign on it?
I'm leaving a little message for our young friend Kip.
Ah,
If it's if this Umalingo is a path he's going to follow, think it's important for him to remember that at no point in that journey is it not okay for him to say enough and walk away.
How do you know that?
Because in the end, our choices are our own.
That is certainly true, but consequence. Our choices may lead, some choices lead to unacceptable outcomes, and then there's no choice at all, really, is there?
What kind of outcome would be worth giving up your own moral character?
Dying?
I think sometimes if you stray too far from who you are, dying is not a consequence that is worse than living.
I wouldn't have expected that from you.
I'm very wise.
Yes, you are. But I remember once when we were on holiday, somewhere tropical, rats. They had big ones and they had these awful traps. They were sticky. And I saw a rat that had stuck just the one paw in it. And you talk about the immediacy of nature, and it's this great equalizer, and the consequence was to stay put and die whole or nibble its foot off, which it did. It seems, as far as I can tell, everything in the natural world will do anything not to die. It seems to be the thing that we all share. Moral compasses can be retuned, but I think once we're out, we're not all as skilled as Esper.
The interesting thing about that separates us from other beasts and creatures, it's not the will to live, it is what we live for. That rat lived for itself. It didn't change what it wanted to lose the limb. But sometimes we individuals we don't live for ourselves anymore. We live for others.
When did you stop living for yourself?
Oh, I have not stopped living for myself. I've just seen it.
So then, the message for dear Kip is sort of theoretical advice. Do as I say, not as I do.
The message for Kip is, he made a deal when he needed help. But that doesn't have to define who he is. And just because he chooses to explore this path doesn't have to be a damnation. I wonder sometimes what I would have done if I could have met you earlier, or known earlier. I don't know if I could have stopped it. I don't know if anything would be different.
I think you would have had to have met me before there was a me, for me to be different.
You're different now than you were when I met you. When I met you, I don't know if you would have been okay with the origin of where your powers come from. And that's not a judgment. Like you said, we do what we have to do to survive. But it's never too late to say that that is enough and to turn away from the power.
You know the trouble about you just saying it out loud like that means then you have to. You no longer get to pretend like you don't keep steering into it. Right, it is a choice. But it often feels nice to think of it, though it isn't.
The opposite is also true.
Well, the way I see it, we've got a big ol' party with the Gemini. If we make it through that, then there might be time to re-examine how we move through the world.
I sometimes fear that the reason you keep your powers is because you worry about the rest of us if you didn't have them. And about how you would fit into this group if you didn't have them. I would still want you to come along and to fight with us even if you didn't have them.
I don't think I am like Kip. I think... I don't know the details, but I never made a contract.
Sorry.
I think I have a roommate, and I have powers, and my roommate knows perhaps a little more than me about the powers. But it's not a one-for-one. I don't think I can walk away from these powers any more than the rat can walk away from its foot. I think it might be just me.
Could you walk away from the roommate?
I don't know how yet.
Well, if you figure out how, and you need help, I'll be there.
I know.
All right, well, looks like I'm done.
I think to punctuate this scene, because there was a lot of talk of like changing the way you do things and stuff, I think they would hear and see movement kind of a little ways away from the house.
Oh, Christ.
Very like repetitive motions.
Risk it.
And you would see...
Risk it.
Over the biscuit.
Oh, thank God. I was like preparing a spell.
They would see with his leg like tightly bound. Esper would be in the dark with Miri's shield strapped to his arm as a loner, just basically going through new motions of fighting. Like, there's none of the like slashing spitty stuff that he was doing. It's more like thrusting, stabbing, and like blocking. And he's just going through these motions and kind of wincing as he puts too much weight on his leg. But you just watch him just in the darkness, just kind of going through some new techniques and motions, just quietly to himself in the dark.
What you don't see, these two don't see, but you see, is this ghostly figure kind of drawing across. Again.
Yeah. I'll get it.
Right. And you watch as he continues to spar with an invisible opponent.
And I think you would look down at the symbol that I've taken, and I would have taken pieces of like plant and sort of wound it around the spokes so that the bone was covered by sort of like a twine made of natural fibers.
Yeah.
And carved with the blade on the inside of the wheel, I would carve, you never be on saving, always worthy of redemption on the inside of it.
Nice.
Who will be waking for the next watch?
I think it's mate. I don't think we wake him up.
I have to sleep at some point.
Oh, we could like wake up Miri, but I'm feeling fresh. Like we're not going anywhere.
I do need to sleep.
If you're gonna sleep,
down in
I'll
the
wake up
deeps.
Miri.
Okay.
This would head off to bed.
All right. You head to bed. You wake up Miri. She kind of comes to. I got it.
You got it?
Yep.
Okay. I'll do just a little more reading, and then off I go.
You head. Do a little more reading.
Just a little more, just like
Just a little more before you head.
just one or two. It's gonna be sleeping.
As Thistle, as you find rest. Do you sleep inside or outside?
You know that there's a patio on the top. That's like a walk.
I would sleep outside.
Yeah. So as you sleep on the roof, there is you've all noticed, Riaz is out most nights. Not all night, but most nights it makes an appearance. But this night is dominated by Van Dyne. As you feel the kind of glow, as you close your eyes, you feel that glow encompass you. And you are reminded of your youth, waking up, being bathed in moonlight, feeling your branches reach higher and higher to that moonlight. As you feel yourself expand, not physically, but your spirit. As you open your eyes, you see her above you. She takes her hand on your cheek. I will need you soon. But I am okay.
What's been happening?
He is moving. He has been trying to find you for some time.
I was able to remove the curse that allowed him to track me.
It has brought him much anger. The storms are violent. Not just on your plane, but the Feywild as well. I fear that his wrath will start fires that cannot be contained. There is time.
Do you know why? I'm here. I'm far from him. Why does he still hunt me?
I thought it obvious. You have my heart.
killing me won't change that.
He burns with jealousy. Cannot be reasoned with. He is consumed by the thought of me.
I was hoping there would be a way to solve this without killing him.
Perhaps there is. But you must be ready for a confrontation.
I will be.
I love you.
I love you too.
You feel this kind of gentle kiss on your forehead as you close your eyes. And you level up. As you drift into sleep.
No.
We're all done with the touchy-feely stuff now.
Sleep comes quickly
Christ.
as you feel as if you were falling into your bed. As you continue to fall, almost as soon as your eyes close, you find yourself drifting in that thick liquid. You are getting stronger.
So are you, apparently.
Yes. I am remembering more. Why are you trying to keep me away?
You're a difficult person to trust. And that little stunt in the underwater palace, it makes me feel like I was thinking that there might be a partnership here, but
Why can't there be?
my friends and I was in danger.
Yes.
And without warning, you, through Johnny, tear off and... You didn't consult me, and we needed Johnny.
We were so close, Mark. I needed what was in that basin to be stronger, to help protect you.
Either you didn't trust that if you were honest with me, I would want to help you, or you didn't consider me worth consulting. Why would you do that in the heat of combat if we were a partnership?
Perhaps you are right. My desire got the better of me. I won't let it happen again.
Here's the thing, mate. You know everything about me. I think everything I've known, I think you know it. There's nothing that I can hide from you. You know that I'm actively pursuing potential means of severing whatever this is. I don't know anything about you. I can't even talk about you without doing things to people.
You're right. It is a burden. I understand.
It's your burden, mate. If you want to be partners, there's nothing that I have that I can build trust. You have to figure out something to make this worth my while.
Very well. I will tell you this. There's an easy way to be rid of me. You just have to find me. I have been imprisoned for a very long time. And the memory of where this prison is was taken from me. Split apart into 1,000 pieces. But I'm getting closer. And when I do remember, can I count on you to free me? And our dealings will be done. You will be free to live as you wish. And all that you know will stay inside your head. Everything I've shown you will be yours to keep.
Can I insight check in this situation? Let's see how we're doing.
Jeez Louise.
Roll bad. Tim, how about you roll bad?
I don't suppose my long rest has completed at this stage.
I would say this is, yeah.
I've got a full catalog of
I'll give
sorcery
you-
points.
Yeah, sure.
What a cool DM.
You gonna spend one?
Yeah, I'll turn that 4 into a 6.
Oh, yeah.
It's not like anything was riding on it. Yeah, that'll be a 12.
It is difficult to discern Harkoon's intention as they move forward in this thick water, and you get the clearest view you've ever had of the 3 eyes stacked on each other. And you see a round mouth encircled by teeth, a smooth white body that seems to extend far into the distance. And through your periphery, many tentacles.
I think Mark would try to leave the conversation without giving an answer. Mark is going to try to mentally sever whatever connection Harkoon has made.
Make a charisma saving throw.
Some like greater aboleth for sure.
Elder.
There it is.
Yeah, all right.
25. Put your dice in your mouth.
You watch
Right in your mouth.
as your posture kind of straightens in the water. And for the first time, you feel like you can move on your own in this place as you choose to leave. Make a perception check.
10.
It's difficult to tell, but you see the expression of this thing change ever so slightly as you close your eyes and you find yourself in a pleasant dream.
Proud.
That gives me real like you have no power here, Gandalf Greyhaven, and he pulls the staff out like he's like the taking control of the situation. So good.
And you level up.
Oh. My.
Do you head to bed?
I
at some
think
point?
Esper doesn't head to bed. He just trains until he literally just like falls asleep. He just like goes to the ground at one point, having like missed a strike, and he's on his knees, and he just kind of leans down onto his shoulder, and then it's just out.
Just out.
Fully asleep in the grass outside the house.
Yeah. As you're muscles ache. You feel kind of a hand on your shoulder, and it almost feels like a blanket being pulled up just as you totally drift out. So you also level up. You come to in the morning, and you see Mal sitting there, kind of rubbing his eyes. As he kind of takes off, you see he had something wrapped around his eyes. Now, maybe I just haven't noticed it before, but do you always glow all night?
What?
Yeah, you were. It was like you lit up the whole room.
Oh no, you're just being kind.
No, you were glowing all night.
No, that's new, I think.
As you kind of look down, your bioluminescence is just starting to fade.
That's probably some moon shit. Was Riaz out last night?
I honestly couldn't tell.
Well, probably was out last night, so I'm sorry about that, darling.
No, it's okay. It was cool.
Okay.
How do you feel?
Yeah, I'm still a bit like groggy, and I think things are gonna just probably be harder for like another day. But no, feeling good. Muscles don't feel too sore. My nose feels fine. How does it look? Does it look okay?
Looks great.
Oh, you're just saying that.
Maybe. It gives you a kiss on the cheek.
Oh, I lean over and I push him back and I kiss him square on the mouth. I kiss him fully on the mouth.
Oh yeah, he kisses you back. And a little while later, you come down to breakfast.
Yeah. Yeah.
Babe,
Sure,
I'm
yeah.
trying to sleep. Can you turn your skin off?
Like a fucking nightlight.
I am a little nightlight now.
Babe, I've had a long day,
I was,
please.
so there was a moment there where I was like, when did Mal become a bandit sombra?
Yeah, when are you gonna sad bandit, dude?
He's a sad bandit.
You just had to
Oh, he's
fucking-
gonna sad
you
bandit,
just had to
dude.
fucking get his ass.
You just had to come.
Eye mask.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I,
As you level up as well.
cool.
Puffy in the morning. Leave this in the fridge.
As you all come down to breakfast, you see some food's been brought by. How would you like to start the day?
Coffee. Shai puts coffee on immediately.
Esper would have woken up outside, kind of like, shit, and then gone immediately to the beach. And Esper would walk into breakfast with a hand, like an arm full of driftwood, and also his bag's open, and it's like, you see in the driftwood, there's like bits of copper dragon scales, and like all these little bits and bobs.
As Shai sees you bring that in, she kind of just opens the bag of holding and then like thinks for a second, reaches in and brings out 2 handfuls of copper dragon.
Yeah, great. I'm gonna like.
What are
grab
you
those,
doing?
and I'm just gonna pile them on the table in front of Mark and be like, Mark,
Picking the driftwood out of my eggs.
no.
Yeah,
You're
so,
really
mate.
good at making stuff. You make like houses and stuff.
Yeah, absolutely.
Could you make this? And I point to Miri's shield. The same design.
I just need to do that, but with that?
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. You want any cool flares? You want like a racing stripe so that you can block faster?
Can you put like words on it?
Mate, no.
Best wishes.
I literally can't,
Okay.
unless you want it in Draconic.
I can carve it.
Yeah.
Oh, I can show you what it looks like. Could you put a design on if I showed you the design?
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, no, I could copy that. That's
Okay.
Yeah, probably.
I'll carve best wishes on
This
one
is
of
gonna
the
be like when
pieces
I
of
have to make
driftwood.
somebody's birthday card and I like
I watched-
start drawing individual letters. Me, Sean Debner.
I see the 2 of them trying to like plot out what is essentially a piece of art, and I go, "Do you
I made the H too big.
Do you need a sketch on there first?"
Sure, yeah.
Okay. Shai like kind of bounds the stairs up, and you hear like crashing, banging. You hear a couple things being thrown around, and she kind of takes the stairs. She gets like halfway down the stairs and just hops over the railing, and then just comes down. And you see
Just a B and a W.
you see like a like almost like a suitcase. It's like a square thing. It looks to be made, probably it's about like this big, and she it's like covered in like that little bit of salt, like when something is near the beach and you haven't touched it for a while. And you see she pops open to like the suitcase, and it just opens up, and you just see a trove of like beautiful artist supplies that like do not look like they have been touched in a decade.
Like my mini painting.
Yeah.
Touched in a decade.
Yeah, exactly. So Shy takes out some, like you see, like small tools for what would be like sculpting and stuff like that. I mean, if you're gonna do carving, like use proper tools.
Oh no.
Oh, you're gonna make it?
I was going to make it with magic and imagination.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, why not? What you want on it?
Just a BW and similar design to this. The reason why I'm doing this, for the folks at home, a little peek behind the curtain, is without meaning to, Jess and I both chose the exact same shield design for our Hero Forge minis.
Cute!
And so I was like, I want the same design in universe as well. So it's basically just Miri Shield, just made from the parts that Esper's collected.
This is great.
So Shy
And
would
it would
take
just have like a BW.
Shy would take
Best wishes.
Miri's shield and kind of like look at the driftwood and kind of take a moment to arrange the copper scales kind of in the middle of it. So there would be like wood, copper in the middle, copper banded around, and kind of sketching this as she goes. And then taking some like what would be looking like etching, and in the copper in the back, this like beautiful embossed BW. Something like
And then
that.
I would get 2 of my like throwing knife little sheaths and put it in the pile so that when you create it, they're
Okay.
like built into the shield so that I can like whip knives out of
This
my
is
shield.
great. I did not want to design a shield, but I love what you've done here.
Well, thank
And I
you.
just start sort of
All that training's gotta fucking go somewhere.
putting it together.
Fabricating a shield.
Maybe I got a new career in designing armor or some shit.
Actually, yeah, I'm willing to bet.
We can make money, yeah.
Because you took the armor from that dinky Al Gore's dad.
We've got the Ugar's armor in the back.
Ugar's
I'm actually
armor.
gonna take. Would you allow me to just take the breastplate from Ugar's armor? Because next level I can wear half plate. Right now I can't wear
Yeah.
half plate without disadvantage.
Yeah.
So if I just took the breastplate and it was the equivalent of a breastplate,
I just feel like this looks like it looked good on him, but I don't think it's like your season. So we could like I could like customize
Fabricate
it,
to make it,
with
yeah.
your. Oh, this is a nice team effort. I like this.
Great.
Good. We can look so hot.
So yeah, I think I'd spend the morning just like refitting the armor, and like I think it would then immediately like put it on and just spend time like doing squats and stuff in it. Just be like jumping around to be like, it's like a totally different body
Yeah.
feeling.
I think
like he's
Shy-
so used to
Weight
being
vest
so
all the
mobile.
time.
Yeah, exactly.
The prospect of this, I think, gets Shy a little bit excited. It's like a functional like use for her art skills, and so like you hear more crashing and banging upstairs as like the nice vellum paper for tracing gets brought out. You see like all of the old supplies, and then it's just like shoved into the bag of holding. So it's like a full artist's kit. There's an easel in there too.
Yeah.
She like manages to shimmy in some canvas. Like everything is in there. So
Kip,
Yeah.
you're in the scene now.
outside, probably.
You see, he was like, him and the Biscuit Boys were heading into the forest.
Kip, just before you go,
Yeah.
what's the coolest way to get from the top of the waterfall down to here?
Probably jumping.
We can just jump.
You can. It can be dangerous, but yeah.
Sick. We should. I'm just saying.
To get to the top.
Get to the top to get to the bottom. Because we should also go up there in case any of the pirates had any, like, intel that we might use.
We did a quick sweep through on our way past. Didn't find anything in the camp. Mal took a real good look around
Oh,
the
you
camp.
did that already.
But there is a fire up there, and Mary was wanting to take a peek at it.
Then we die.
Also to address this for the folks at home.
Oh yeah, the little thing in the corner.
Wraithblade is not a custom class. It's just what we're calling. I have 3 classes now, and we couldn't fit them all into the thing. I took a level of fighter so that I can get some armor and be a little tankier.
We'll talk about that in chat water.
Yeah, you can also type !Adam or !Wraithblade
Yes.
in the chat and find out all the details there.
For those of you who are like, what's this new class that you've got?
But yeah, do we want to, before we go down, do we want to go up and...
We should
Oh, yes, let me talk to your mum.
call my mom or Felice, but probably my mom.
They probably hang out. Wait, no, Phyllis can call me back now. I'm going to talk to Phyllis.
Okay.
which I'll do right now.
Which
I'm gonna
I
call
am
Philo.
doing
Why
immediately
do it
at
later
this
when I can do it right now?
Perfect.
After my eggs.
Oh. Hello. Could you pass on a message to
Marlery.
Marlery?
Like Marjorie, but with an L.
We've liberated Keshoera and would love her and you to come immediately
To help.
to help. Miss Wishes.
Wishes.
Miss Wishes.
Wishes.
Back. Hello, Mark. Yes, I think that can be arranged. We will be there shortly. Glad to hear things went well.
Nailed it.
She had 5 words left as well.
Phyllis
You
gets the
just
job
hear
done.
her talking to someone else.
I like when you were like Marlery, you gave me the vibes of being like, hey, so what was your mum's name again?
No, that's exactly what I
Who's
did.
your mom? Who's your mom? Yeah.
Like, what were we saying?
So yeah, I think we would. I mean, we should probably wait. If you've called them immediately, we should wait, and then let's get her and Phyllis settled, and then we can go up top, and then maybe we can go down deep.
Yes, absolutely. Thistle.
Yes.
Should we make sure that Marlery has like a nice proper? What's a bed situation? Is it just like a single? Like, what's the deal?
Here?
Yeah. What's Marlery's bed? Is
Like
it-
she has her own room.
Yeah,
in
she
the
has her
house.
own room.
Yeah.
It's a double bed.
Okay, good. She's already got a double bed.
Yes, exactly.
Good. No work to be done here.
Perfect.
I think I'll have a mind.
I think Shy is like Shy's not the most insightful human, but I think
So
Pretty
cannot not understand what you're insinuating about her mom and Phyllis.
Now, sinews on the inside of the body. It's what connects the muscles.
Yes.
I'm having a Mai Tai that tastes like coffee.
God.
Oh my!
I'm having a
weird way to ruin
it.
my
Like a Mai
You've
Tai.
chosen the worst life for your character. Like,
A short time later,
Suffering.
probably about a half an hour later, Marlery and Phyllis arrive via teleportation.
So jealous.
As they stride into the house, Beckett has also shown up at this point.
For breakfast and coffee, I assume.
Yes,
At
absolutely.
perfect time.
Your friend did a
eating.
great job.
That's great. It's quite a hike around to get to where I met up with him, and then coming back, I'm starving.
Yeah,
It's
there's
just
breakfast for everyone.
chowing down. But Phyllis and Marlery arrive. You see Marlery kind of comes and gives you. a
Hi,
big
Mama.
chime. Hello. I'm so glad you're all right.
Thank you for coming.
Of course. I'm sorry I wasn't able to help.
No, I thought it would be better for you to come after. We could handle what was up front, and then I figured, I know you haven't spent any extended period of time here, but,
It's been a while, yes.
and I know this might be a big ask, but even though you've been gone for so long, they still look to you. And we need still waters right now. I know you're so busy and we've got so much stuff going on, but a couple days would, I mean, we're going to be here probably for another day or two, but even seeing you around would be helpful.
You're right. I can stay for a bit.
Thank you.
Yes.
Also, my mama, this is Mal. Mal, this is my mom, Marlery.
Oh,
Yeah, Mama, I told you about Mal.
yes, no, I remember. Yes, of course. It's good to meet you. She's blushing a little bit. And so is Mal.
Oh, they're so
As you see, they kind of like, he gets her some food and they start chatting.
Good
at
golden
the
retriever
table.
boyfriend.
Yeah,
Good
yeah.
job.
She seems quite charmed
Good.
by him.
Good. And so I kind of fill them in on the plan. We should talk. We should talk at some point about and Miri would like pull the scale. out.
Yeah. Oh my.
Yeah.
That's. I remember you had. You said something about
Yeah.
this. My mentor. Right? You told her about.
Yeah, we told her about the scale, yeah.
Yeah. My mentor, Silva Finewood. She was working on a spell in secret. She was, I believe it had to do with this, a kind of warding spell. She was very, very paranoid by the end. So she did not include me in the development of the spell.
I pull out the scrolls that I had taken from the Argentus family library, which was like a partial reverse engineering of the spell that detailed the gold coins, the crystal dragon scale. They called it a dragon ward.
Yes, I do know this. She believed that she could use the blood, the ley lines, against the Drakenweir. She thought she could harness the power in them and push beyond the limits of the arcane, of what we knew of the upper limits. She believed there was something beyond that she could achieve a potency beyond anything anyone had attempted to before. Whatever this warding spell, to cast it would require not just these components, but something of the spellcaster themselves.
Like?
Their laugh.
I don't know.
Oh.
I don't know if it would cost them their whole life, but it certainly would be costly. But if it works, it could be remarkable.
My only concern is that it would keep out all Dragonborn. And
it is a possibility, yes.
Not all Dragonborn are.
No, of course not.
You think it's a forever thing? Because we're thinking like, this happens on the day, and it might be a little rude to some, but if it keeps out that princess who wants to kill us, and me specifically, then sounds sick.
I'm also wondering, and we can't know this till the day, but what other folks other than the Kassar are going to be there?
Moss.
What other Drakenweir are going to be there? The Kassar has the most vested interest in this and has been hoarding all the information to themselves.
All I'm saying is, if it is a battle to get the wand, maybe Moss having more enemies than just us could be to our benefit. If he's being attacked by the Drakenweir, and either he softens them up or they soften him up, it makes it easier for us. If we have to go toe-to-toe with him on our own.
Same logic could apply, though, to us. They soften us up.
But we know all who are coming. They do not.
And, they believe Greyfire is theirs by birthright.
Exactly.
Because it's Tyrax's. And honestly, they're
So
not
maybe we
wrong.
let slip that Moss has it. But we need to make sure that your brother is safe before we do
We
that.
cannot put a target on Moss's back before Edry's safe.
Well, exactly. But Moss is going to be difficult to deal with.
What type of caster would be required to cast this spell?
I have an idea.
I don't know. I suppose a wizard or a sorcerer would be able to.
How about this? I have seen the princess. I could cast Dream on her. I could tell her Moss has the wand. They go and try and claim it from Moss. We're ready with a spell. They take the wand from Moss. They're gonna show up with an army. He's strong, but he's not army strong. They take the wand from Moss. We cast the spell. They're driven away.
With the wand in their possession.
We don't know that. Or they get him close to death, and then we cast the spell, leaving him with the wand on death's doorstep.
I think
I'm saying we have a way to we also don't need the wand. We just can't have anyone with the wand close by.
Well, this actually is a good point. We don't know quite enough about what the wand can and can't do in terms of the Cardiac Gemini. Have you found anything new in the past?
About the Gemini.
Yes.
No. What I've been able to discern is that the Drakenweir, there isn't a lot of knowledge about. They did not write a lot of their histories, early histories, down for all to see. Or if they did, they kept them very close. My understanding is a lot of it was oral tradition. And even the stories of Wraithax, from what I'm able to glean, I think were kept within that family, the Kaisar family, or whatever came before them, their lineage. It was handed down from generation to generation, and Tyrax was finally the one who decided to act on it. He had some kind of understanding of the movement of the moon that not many had before him, and I don't know why, but he had some kind of connection with it. It almost like a divining rod or something, or lightning rod.
Is that like your connection, Mama?
I don't know. Perhaps it sounds similar, but as far as I know, I have no connection to the Drakenweir. There's no dragon blood in our family.
No.
So it sounds like we would like, definitely, to keep developing this spell. And I think we decide closer to the day exactly how we want to use it.
If a lot of their knowledge on the topic was up here, maybe your compendium of memories might have some insight. We know there were some who had dealings with him.
I would have passed Phyllis also what I'd copied down from the Celestial Bodies book.
Mm-hmm.
Just
She starts
an
she's-
idea.
No,
through.
you're right. The divining rod, that's the wand.
Yes.
We already know that.
You need someone powerful enough to hold it.
No, but I might be able.
To remember
Yes.
legend lore.
Right. Do we think that Moss is going to try to use the wand himself? Or do you think he's going to get Adri to do it?
Adri, probably.
Probably Adri.
Yeah, probably Adri.
Probably Adri.
Yeah.
Okay.
Phyllis.
Yes.
And Miri, can I borrow John Wick for a second?
Oh, yeah.
I've been led to believe that your partner, who was in the Trigon, who you sent this message to,
You see her kind of look. What do you mean?
I had a vision of of you sending this message to your partner in the Trigon?
No one knew. So I apologize if I'm a bit taken aback.
But if it's any consolation, whatever you've said in that message, he heard.
Thistle, please. You can see she's like barely keeping it together. You've never seen her like this. I need to know that you are telling me the truth.
As far as I know, it's the truth.
Do you know what happened to him? Fiamma?
I don't.
I don't know what happened to him.
Don't we know?
The vision I saw him was him giving a message of where he was back into John Wick, not whether or not he lived or died.
Wasn't it right before he fell? I thought it...
You don't know if he...
Oh, we don't know for certain.
For certain.
Oh, okay.
He died.
No. I know that the heart is in bad shape, and I know that he gave the location of the heart, or where he was, which he was
Right,
at the heart.
yeah.
But I
Essentially
never
the Barrens
saw...
He said that's where you'll find me.
Yeah.
I know that there's another message in John Wick, but I do not know how to access it. It's his location. He sent back his location, where you would be able to find him. Now, I can't promise that he will still be there, but the heart of the Trigon is there, and it needs me.
It survived.
From what I understand, it is barely hanging on,
What?
and he might still be there.
Please.
But I need you to access the memory in John Wick.
Yes, of course. You see she kind of like smooths out her robe and she takes John Wick very gently. And you watch as she kind of stares at him. And you hear her start to speak Elvish. As you see the fire and the wick kind of grow almost into sort of a teardrop shape, a larger teardrop shape. She starts laughing. Do you still have the fork that he carried?
Yeah.
It's in the
Yeah,
side
it's
of
The
your
tuning
chest.
fork.
The little fork that...
Yeah, we have John Wick's tuning fork.
I think John Wick's still... like, we never
He's
took
literally
it off.
still holding the fork.
Yeah,
it's
'cause
his
it was
weapon.
so cute.
It's his weapon.
Miri kind of grabs it from her bag. She takes it and she just taps it on the table and it starts to vibrate. And you hear this kind of like, this very high note. He's here.
Oh, clever, clever boy.
I think I have to go to him.
I
Look at the rest of the group.
think I have to go with.
If you go to the Feywild now,
Is it?
It's the
It's not in
Shadowfell.
the Feywild. It's in the Shadowfell.
I don't know, but
It is in the Shadowfell.
and
It's on the edge of the Shadowfell. It is pushed out of the Feywild after the
see.
cataclysm.
do we? And this is an above board question.
Yeah.
We know that time passes about the same in the Shadowfell, correct?
About the same, yeah.
Yeah.
Not
and-
all wibbly wobbly.
Not.
like
I was
it
because
is.
I was gonna say if you're going to the Feywild
It's like,
now.
It's like, my concern is it's like right on the edge. So there might be some time wibbly-wibblies.
No,
Yeah,
but
but
we're due for it to send us back in time.
You're right. We are
Back
different.
in time. Go back.
It wibbly wobbles backwards sometimes, right?
It wibbly wobble
It
when you're
must.
going in reverse, as in like we stay there for a week and a day has passed.
Yeah.
Back to the future.
Yeah.
But
Your
you're going-
kids,
but you're-
Morty.
But you're going back in time.
I have terrible names.
Exactly.
All right, can you hold on because we do have to swim to the bottom of that
All right, I can.
lake,
I
and then
also,
we'll go this afternoon.
I realize
We're gonna go this out, okay?
I'm not able to plane shift.
Today,
Just in general, it's not a spell.
no.
Oh, Beckett, you're the man.
Biscuit knows how to do it.
And he's like a mouthful of food. Yeah, right. I can show you. Probably.
Or if it's the case, if this is, would you have said this is what you learned at the Bandit Sombra? Would you have told that to anybody?
In what way?
Like the fact that you went, like the whole scene that you went to the Shadowfell. Did you fill us in on any of that? Because what I say next is dependent on that you did.
Tell me what you're gonna say.
No.
And
then I'll decide.
interesting. I'll
No.
decide. Okay, then I'll flip a coin.
Shy has thoughts.
Okay, Skullhead. I didn't tell you.
Okay.
Skullhead.
Okay.
I didn't tell you.
All right, then I'll keep that to myself. Very helpful thing.
I mean, I kind of told you that I went to the Shadowfell, but I wouldn't have filled you in on all the like stories
Oh yeah.
And the trees he kissed.
and
Yeah.
the trees I made out.
Would
with.
you have said
Private.
that there is a passageway to the Shadowfell that you can freely go through in Sigil?
Oh, yeah. I would have told you that I would have gone. Yeah.
Then it could be the case that if you play, I don't know how magic works, but if we needed a way to go there, we could always use the door in Sigil.
But the problem is then we would be wandering Shadowfell.
This would take us
Does that
directly
take us
to
directly
it.
there?
Take us right
Okay.
there.
So if,
Okay.
if Beckett, are you able to do it today? Or do you need a rest?
I mean, yeah, no, I slept last night. It's fine.
So if you can get us there, I can get us back.
Right.
How do you get us back?
Oh, you leave that to me. So, we leave this afternoon. Everyone, pack your bags.
We're doing
We're doing depth. Yeah, we'll go
doing
for
the
a swim
whole
first.
the 8 hour down, 8 hour up.
Yeah.
It is 8 hours down, 8 hours up. Yeah, so
I
we,
can-
Unless you
we
want
go
to
at midnight
I can wait until tomorrow.
tomorrow.
That's fine.
We leave tomorrow.
It's only been a few thousand years. What's it? One more day.
Exactly. What could possibly go wrong?
Okay, great.
So we're going for a swim.
Who
Well, we're
wants to
going
swim?
for a hike to go to the top, then we're going to jump down, and then we're going for a swim.
I just want to go swim.
Miri goes, I can always do it after.
Okay.
We can go up.
Yeah, let's go swimming. Now's the time to swim.
Okay.
It's a silly.
Miri, why don't you go take a look at the papers and we will go for a swim?
I want to see what's at the bottom of the trench.
Fine. I was trying to give you an out, having to voice and pilot Miri in the episode.
I am piloting Miri. Thank you
Mary's
very
also
much.
the team healer.
Team
God
healer.
damn, do we need her?
Well, or just
Not for
down
a
hole. There's not
swim.
going to be anything bad down there.
So I
All right,
think
swim
Shy
time.
goes into full lifeguard mode, like down.
Oh no,
at the
I
end.
got something special for us.
That's so great. I think I would say to Mal, I'd like, we're just gonna go for a dip down to the shelf. If you wanted to come, you got your breathing mask.
Do you want me to come?
I always want you to come, but you can also stay here with my mama.
Why don't I stay here with you, Mom?
How long does it take to ritual cast something?
10 minutes.
Usually
10 minutes plus the level of the spell in minutes.
Okay, I sit down for 13 minutes
Okay.
with a little straw in my mouth, and I go
doing a vocal warm up.
for 10 minutes.
13 minutes.
13 minutes,
He had
and
to do it here, I guess.
Concept album.
I cast water breathing.
You don't have to ritual if you're ritualing, it doesn't use the spell.
Oh,
Take
that's
that
right.
back.
Thank you.
Take
I
that
cast
back.
water breathing.
On everybody but me.
Everybody starts choking
So we don't
on the air.
No, it doesn't say it gives you the ability to breathe.
No, it's gillyweed.
But basically, it makes it so that we don't have to wear our masks. We don't have to worry about them getting pulled off or broken. Everyone can
Fine,
breathe
keep
underwater
Thistle.
for
That's
24 hours.
Oh, 24. I thought it was 8.
So now you know how I feel all the time. The one problem will be is that y'all won't be, and even I will have difficulty with the pressure differential. You have to go slow. You cannot go fast. You will turn like Brother Deep, but in reverse. It will be bad.
His neck was just gone. Like, it was just jawline.
Now, also,
Brother Deep.
I feel like my neppy is showing as I say this, but I think I have to.
Reverence?
Now, my people have been through a lot. All I am asking,
Yeah, they do owe us one.
Yeah.
if Mark wasn't so weenie, I would punch him so hard.
I'm very lethal bull.
Yeah. Please be kind, and please be respectful. I don't know how much I really buy into everything about Osiren's influence, but it is said, the legends say, that Osiren lives at the bottom of this trench, or has an access to this place from his plane, at the bottom of this trench. So apparently there's also a fucking angel in the bottom of
Nice.
this. Mama, what did you see at the bottom of the trench again? You said it was an angel. What you mean by that? It was very intense when we had this conversation, but now I need to know what you mean by that.
I'll be honest. I can't really remember. You'll see when you get down there.
I'm very excited.
Okay.
I felt safe,
Okay.
but it feels a bit like a dream now. It was a while ago.
Yeah, and you were in a different mindset. Also, Mama, I gotta ask, what that necklace do?
What'd that necklace do,
It
though?
was a kind of death ward.
Oh. Okay, well, I'm gonna go get it.
Oh, you don't have.
I was mad at you and I threw it in the trench. That's actually not true. I threw it in the trench and then I shattered it. The stone was fine, but I shattered the chain. I'm sorry, Mama.
It's all right. I understand.
No, I'm gonna go get it though.
Oh, just be careful.
Yeah.
Whatever we have to fight down there now is a death ward.
Got a little bling on him.
Before we go down, I'm gonna go find Kip before he manages to abscond completely with the Biscuit Boys.
Okay.
Kip.
You find him on the shores. You track him through the jungle. He's already made his way. You find him on the shores.
Getting in a boat.
Sorry, what?
Are you getting in a boat?
Yeah.
Where are you heading?
Just got myself a new ship.
Nice.
And you see there is a little ways out off the coast. It's probably 80, 100 feet. You see there is a steamship.
Where'd you get that from?
It was a gift.
From the guy with the wheel
Yeah.
and the steam.
It's called the Devil's Breath.
Oh, good name. It's a good name. And what are you calling your group?
Well, I thought the Biscuit Boys stuck pretty nice. So.
BB. What's up, baby? Very good. I like it.
Yeah.
Oh
it's good.
Really rolls off the tongue.
Yeah.
Now, two things. Pot some wisdom on a young adventurer.
Right.
Firstly,
Yeah.
come home sometimes. You're gonna find all sorts of reasons not to. But it's important to remember why you do it.
Yeah.
Tip number 1. Tip number 2. Don't tell everyone your real name. It's a real pain in the ass if you lead with that. We made that mistake. Way too many people know who we are. Fake names.
Okay.
Okay. I made you something.
I give him the.
Hey, it's nice.
There's a little inscription on it.
Right.
You are choosing to do this.
Yeah. I made my bed. Now I got to lie in it.
If you don't want to do this, there are ways to get out of it. Do you know how to send messages yet?
Not yet.
Above your ability at this moment.
No.
Did Warlocks learn how to scry or send?
I don't think so.
Warlocks can't send.
Not a warlock, don't know.
You played a Warlock many a time. I don't know.
As Adam would, I've
No, no
to-
sending?
No sending.
I don't think so, but
Does anyone?
Esper would never have taken it.
One of the
purely
biscuit
because-
boys is wearing a
Nebby had
pointy
it.
hat and a pair of
Does
glasses.
one of
Sorry, sending.
does one of your party know how to send messages across great distances?
Bard, cleric, wizard.
Yeah.
Nah, not yet. Maybe him. You see one with like a little banjo on the side.
Hell yeah, let's go, buddy.
All right. When he can learn how to send messages.
Yeah.
Hey, you with a banjo.
Yeah.
Look at me.
Okay.
Remember this face.
All right.
All
Okay.
right. Fucked your mother.
What the fuck?
You'll never forget my face now, will you?
That's a fucked up thing to say.
Yeah, but now you won't forget my face.
Did you mean that?
Maybe. Who's your mother?
I'm not gonna tell you.
Well, then it's very possible that I did.
He rolled a 16 for his insight.
Remember my face.
It's the custom.
Yeah, he definitely doesn't like.
When you learn how to be able to send messages over great distances,
Yeah.
I need you to message me
Okay.
if you are ever in trouble,
All right.
and best wishes will come help.
Good to know.
It's a promise.
Okay.
All right. Kip,
Yeah.
take care of yourself.
You too. If you need a ride, just give me a shout.
I will do that. Do you have any plans? Anywhere you're heading? Steer clear of the dragons.
Oh no,
Trickery.
I'm gonna go take down some ships. They ain't
I
gonna
should
see
put
us
you in
coming.
contact with our friends.
Sure.
I'm not there with you.
Yeah, but I'm looking at
He's
him.
looking at anyone.
I'm looking at him for
Captain
names.
Hess?
No, who's our Drakenweir friends who are at the city that is being besieged that we warned?
Oh, Septima is in that city. Sean and I were also just talking about that at some point. We're going to need to go to a place that we cannot teleport into.
And having the devil's breath.
All right. Yeah.
Ship moves pretty fast.
We'll let you know. We gotta go save Adri soon.
right.
And we'll need
Plant
to
a tree on his boat. Says the wind.
Here, let me give you a hand.
And I walk into the woods and I start digging out a tree.
Sapling? A little sapling.
No,
it
put one of
needs-
your
it
plum
needs to be
seeds,
big- It
dude.
needs to be big enough. I break it.
Help me put this tree on your boat.
Look, this.
Help me put this tree on your boat.
We'll take it in the rowboat.
No. I need
It's
to
100
plant it.
You can't.
Help me.
You're a tree. You know you can't plant it on a boat.
Oh, yeah, you can. A big pot.
All right. Well, you find me a big pot and I'll plant your little tree on my boat.
It's a perfectly adequate, normal-sized tree.
Sure.
All right. Plant the tree on the boat. I put it in the canoe.
It sinks. The canoe sinks.
No, it doesn't.
He lies it
because
down.
Logs float, canoes float, therefore they both float. Science.
He's fucking
That's
got
tree
you.
math. That's
tree
tree
math.
math.
It's all made of tree.
If you plant that on the deck of your ship,
Right.
I can-
In a pot.
I can pop out whenever I like.
All right.
Which does not sound like I'm selling it very well.
Well, look. I know the ship moves pretty fast, and I can call in a favor to move pretty great distances.
All right.
So you let me know, and I'll see what I can do.
There might be an opening in Best Wishes coming up. Power like that. I'll let you know.
Yeah. All right.
All right. Be safe.
You too.
All right.
I head back through
Climb
the
in
rest
the
of the
boat.
What's the alternate word for like a group of people? Gender neutral that starts with W, so that they're not BB, they're VW. Subsidiary of Best Wishes.
I don't know.
They're the biscuit.
The biscuit.
Wishers? I don't know.
Biscuit works.
You all
Biscuit
come back.
Wanderers?
Biscuit warriors.
Oh, the
Biscuit
Biscuit
Warriors.
Warriors. Nice.
You all come back to the basin. This comes back from the shore after a bit of a hike.
Fucking 3-hour trip.
We definitely could have gone up to the top of the waterfall.
Yeah, we'll
that
see in that time.
Yeah.
You go up
Can we
with
do
Miri.
that with Jess
Yes,
next time?
absolutely.
I planted a tree on a boat, powered by steam and a god.
Kip's got a boat?
Yes, a very fast one made of steam called the Devil's Breath. It's a cool name.
It's a very cool name for a boat.
And it goes chugga 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 chugga.
Does it?
It's a steam
Didn't have a
power.
big paddle wheel, yeah.
Oh, cool. Just wanted to make sure that. Yeah. Hey, look at this. Big old deep.
Let's go
All right,
swimming.
as you all dive into the water, that's where we're going to take our break.
Ooh! Oh my
shit, there's something
goodness.
down there, team.
There's so much stuff down there. We are gonna hop on a quick break here. We have the our wonderful art break sequence featuring some of the music from Cy Rutherford. We also have the trailer for God Killer Balance and also a fun little ad from our friends over at Orc.Style. Thank you to the wonderful folks at Orc.Style for sponsoring this episode. You can type !Orc.Style, all one word, in the chat and it will take you to their website. As a kind warning, their website is an 18+ website with all things adventurous. Please enjoy responsibly.
You can't serve in the military.
So grab yourself a snack, grab yourself a beverage, and we'll see you soon for part 2. Okay, bye.
There comes a time in everyone's life where they must choose weighing the options before them to help them carve a path ahead. These decisions are often fraught and complicated, especially when the allure of power sits just outside your grasp. What would you do if told that you were meant to change the world? Would you carry your title proud and strong? Would you eschew your role, shying away from your foretold purpose? And how do you do that if it means challenging everything you thought you knew about your morals, your heritage, and most of all, the way you love? With the great divine war just behind us, we find two mortals on the cusp of divinity, grappling with what it means to be truly human, deeply flawed beings in a deeply flawed world on the precipice of the unknown.
I'm Gina Susanna, and I'm playing Ever Halassian. And I'm not the God-Killer.
I'm Yanis Vessels, and I'm playing Rake, the Void in Flight. And I am not the God-Killer. Not yet.
This BlackwaterDnD podcast series is Balance. My name is M. Carlson, and once again, I'll be your god, or your game master. While this game is still a duet, we've decided to expand our horizons and broaden the universe of our cradle, and we'll be welcoming new voices to our table as beloved characters throughout the story. This tale takes us back, long before the end of the universe, to a time where we begin to explore and understand old divine wounds that run so very deep, and what happens when love is caught in the middle. So bring your talons, your incense, and your family secrets, because you're gonna need it. God-Killer Balance, sponsored by Hero Forge and Moonbeam, comes soon to wherever pods are cast. Until then, heretics, be safe.
When the world is in trouble and you don't know what to do, gotta call Blackwater and they'll kick some ass for you. So pull up a chair because you're welcome at the table. Come watch us save the multiverse. So turn up the TV and come watch some D&D. Blackwater, we'll roll some dice for you.
Hey Orcs and Dorks, it's Grunk and Thwack here to share with you some of the exciting developments at Orc.Style. Hi Thwack.
Thwack is big.
Thwack is an orc of many words, that's why we love him. At midnight tonight, we are kicking off our annual Oktoberfest sale. Shop goblins, cue the graphics. We've completely rebranded and reorganized our site so you can find just the right gear to match your sparkle. We've come back larger, prouder, and louder than ever before, with over 25 new designs.
And some returning favorites.
Check out our expanded collection of bandanas, hoodies, and of course, holographic stickers. Discover our collection of Chomper's Orc Tusks that are perfect for cosplay, Halloween, and streaming. Our Orc Tusks come in a range of 7 different sizes, like my Ruckguard tusks, or big like Thwack's. So your tusks can be as unique as your new Orcsona. We've also relaunched our lineup of adult toys, available in small, regular, and large. And now you can bring our monsters into your home using AR on mobile devices, so you can find just the right orc. So come, visit the friendly, fabulous orcs over at Orc.Style, and find out what happens when you unleash the monster inside.
I think we're almost.
Basically.
Yeah!
Hey, fun!
Also, a huge thank you to the wonderful folks at Orc.Style. I love them so much. They're like, there's a brand new ad showcasing their brand new website. What I love about their stuff too is that they have a whole universe built on the orcs. There is lore. One of our older episodes of this campaign, we dove into some of the lore about the orcs of the Orc.Style universe. So a huge thank you to Aaron Grunk, who is the head of Orc.Style. So thank you.
But
We
if
love guys.
you would not get tried as an adult in a court of law, you cannot go there. You have to be sent to jail, not juvie.
to be able to go to their website.
Yeah.
And if you are young and have done something so serious that you get sent to jail, you can go there.
You can-
You have my
You
permission.
have bigger problems.
Yeah,
with this.
I think at that point, I'm more scared of you.
Check out Orc.Style, dude.
Take it away.
Do
Sid.
what you can. All right, so you dive down into the basin and start making your way down to the lower caverns as you pass through, past all of the kind of houses built into the rocks as you see kind of people going about their day.
Brother Deep smooshing his head back into place.
It's
way
like
down there.
It's like a 4-hour swim down to the shelf.
Swimming,
Yeah.
I'm holding a rock.
You find though, as you dive in, you realize this as soon as you dove in. You hit the water and you started to swim down, and you felt your breastplate start to bring you up like a life preserver.
That's so funny. Fuck.
I can take it in the. I can take it in the bag if it's bothering you. We can also just
I, like,
talk underwater.
deactivate it?
You realize, like, you work with Mark, as you see the lettering is somewhat somewhat draconic. As you realize it is a word to activate it, and it has been activated, but it just needs to be deactivated. So it's a bonus action, basically. With a bonus action,
Very
it
cool.
turns into essentially a life preserver.
I'll bonus action. I'll figure out the word and I'll bonus action turn it off so that I can keep going down.
How do you figure out the word?
Well, because it's in
primal-
Draconic.
It's in Draconic?
Yeah.
Amazing.
So you and I work together to.
Yeah, the word is help me.
In Draconic though, so it's.
Yeah.
Didn't realize dragons were murlocs.
Yeah,
as
yeah, yeah.
well.
These are sea dragons.
As you all dive
Is this
down.
aquanic?
It's
Do I
draconic.
see any underwater trees down here?
No, you don't see any underwater trees. There's lots of
Any
kelp.
big underwater plants?
Yeah.
The spell does say large.
I hate this.
They are
plant.
thin. They are thin.
Any large or larger
You
inanimate
see a
plant?
weird collection of coral that says "fuck you."
Any big
Like, are you thinking for transport via plants?
Yeah.
There's a forest up there.
I want to be able to transport down here. I want to do
Nothing
this 4-hour
wide enough that you'd be able to go through.
There also wouldn't be anything down at this like deep because it's just rock caverns because we're going technically under the mountain.
Just if you had a garden down there.
We'd also go in.
Oh yeah, you're not down the shelf.
The pressure differential of
Would
walking through a
squish you
tree
flat.
into deep ocean would be bad.
Would it though?
It's
got to be a gradual.
There are no trees, it's not a problem. Rock.
As you continue down, you make your way through the caverns.
Everyone else is swimming. Mark's going way too fast.
Am I glowing down here?
Oh yeah, yeah. And you begin to glow more as you get lower down, and you find yourself at the Hadal Shelf. As you can see, the temple that's there. You see Brother Deep is looking much more himself at this depth. It seems like he's acclimatized.
Brother Deep, I wanted to say thank you.
Yeah.
For your help in the fight.
Of course.
Saved my life.
Yeah. Thank you for liberating us.
Of course.
So, what brings you down here?
Well, a while ago, in a moment of anger and frustration, I threw something my mother gave me into the trench because you'd said that the last time you'd seen her, she'd gone down in the trench and she ain't come back up. So I threw this this necklace that she'd given me down there and smashed it. And the chain itself can be replaced, the gem cannot. So I'm gonna go get it.
All right. You know, it's quite a journey down.
We'll figure it out.
Any advice?
It takes a toll on the body and the mind. Folks don't, in my experience, all the time I've been here, it's always been a one-way trip. Even your mother, she didn't swim back up.
You think she went somewhere else from down there?
I have no idea.
I mean, she could have teleported herself out. I don't even know what her magic was going on. Brother Deep, what's down there that you know of?
Stories that I've heard is it's a garden. But I think it's more of a garden in the sense of it's where we lay things to rest and regrow. Garden represents the cycle. A returning. So I don't know exactly what it is down there, but I've heard it called a garden.
I always remember you saying when I was little, once from the deep, back more into the deep.
This is our way.
Yeah. You ever been down there?
Not once.
Okay.
We have sent off a number of our lost and dead to rest and be at peace. And one day, I will take that plunge. But not today.
Well, when we figure out what's down there, I'll come back and tell you, okay?
It's all right. I'll find out one day. No need to tell me.
Okay. Thank you for the deep. I appreciate you.
Good luck.
Yeah, I'm gonna need it. Thank you.
Shall we?
I've got my rock.
Let's go.
I'm going to do something that I don't often do. I'll find it. I'm going to roll on my College of Spirits inspiration.
Okay.
Just to have it keyed up, ready to go. We'll just find a tale from beyond, and we'll, especially here in this place where he talked about burial and all that. We're going to
Miri is also with her full arsenal attached. Is going to cast Pass Without Trace on all of us.
Okay.
Right.
Just in case. That we can make ourselves known if we need to, but be more hidden.
quite appropriately, I have rolled a 2, which is Tale of a Renowned Duelist, which allows me to make an attack that does extra damage.
Fun.
Well, let's fight a garden.
Do it, dude.
No, Tim, don't open the creature book.
Hey, Tim.
It's fine.
You can go ahead
Don't
and
open the
fucking
creature book.
Stop
Tim?
that, Tim. Hey.
Which creature book are you opening,
Just a
Tim?
visual aid. All right.
Down we go.
You all
Down we go.
Accurate shit.
step off the shelf and begin your descent down the trench. It's dark on the Hadal shelf. There's a little bit of glowing bioluminescence here and there. But very quickly, it becomes pitch black.
When it does,
What?
I'm going to reach out and touch Esper's new shield, and I'm going to cast daylight on his shield.
How long does daylight last?
An hour.
Okay. You travel down. You see the trench extends out as far as you can see. This light, this daylight extends out. You can see on the walls there is some animal life here and there. You see tube worms and things like that. As you continue descending in the darkness, and after an hour, the daylight vanishes.
Again.
You light it again. You continue to sink.
I worry that this is drawing a lot of attention to us.
Better we can see what we draw attention to than not.
Fair.
As you continue to fall, descend. Once again, the daylight goes out.
Do we have any idea how long
8 hours.
it would take from the shelf?
8 hours.
8 hours from the shelf? So 4 hours to the shelf, and then another 8 hours down to the bottom?
Miri has
your best
regular light.
Shy also is glowing.
Yeah.
And
All right, fine. I won't use it then.
I don't think we need to burn that big spell slots.
also, I think as the second one goes out, also, I think I've been, the more I can push it further. So if there's somewhere specifically we want to see in the dark, I can light something up.
All right, we'll keep swimming down.
Keep swimming down.
Yeah, I've got light, I think, between Mir and I quite like the idea of
being able to see our like direct
Yeah, that
area.
sounds nice.
But I feel like daylight was a real like, hey everyone, look over here.
But also there's a quality of daylight that might keep things away
True, that is
cantrip
true.
light might not. But yes, your shield is lit.
Miri would use light.
I'll be hanging out
and I'm
with
just going to use.
Thistle slightly in the dark.
You see around Shy, you catch glimpses of things that kind of move past in the light. Sort of translucent fish. You see them glowing around you. You catch glimpses here and there of sort of bioluminescent fish that move through. And as the light catches them, you see some of them very hideous. Big teeth.
Hairy and glittered.
As you continue down, after about 4.5, 5 hours,
Jesus.
the pressure is starting to become apparent. I need you all to make Constitution saving throws.
Okay, not bad for Shy.
Dude.
Let's roll for Miri.
Bad.
Oh, that's cocked.
Okay.
14.
Okay.
I hate con saves because it's just what I roll on the die.
15.
Okay.
Miri is a 14, Shy is a 19.
Okay, so everybody except for Shy takes 10 points of force damage. As you feel the pressure on your body is immense. Your ears are... There's an excruciating pain on your ears as you continue down. Luckily, with water breathing, your lungs are doing all right.
Not getting collapsed.
But it is hard to be down here. As you descend farther down, the bioluminescent lights of the fish stop. You don't see them, as it is just this extended blackness. It widens out.
That's fucking
You stop being able to
terrifying.
see the wall behind you.
My Thalassophobia is going nuts right now. I hate
Like,
this so
I'm
much.
just imagining the images that they got from that one probe that saw like a bit of the giant squids, like the behemoth squids. It's like,
As you do feel the pressure mounting, another hour goes by. I'm going to have you make another con save.
God damn.
Any kaiju down here?
Okay.
Or they do
Ooh, natural 20
kaiju
for
count as
Shy.
beasts?
17.
13.
13.
Natural 20 for Shy and a 19 for Miri.
Nice.
Miri's got good con.
Blood is starting to. It was a natural one.
Oh, okay, so you two both take another 9 points of force damage. As Mark and Miri and Shy, this is a little bit more of a comfortable environment for you, and Miri and Mark seem to be adjusting to this, but Thistle and Esper are having a harder time.
Wood is supposed to float. I get it.
You are hearing the kind of creaking of your own body sort of pressing in, as the space between the wood and the fibers and stuff like that are kind of pushing together. As you get farther down, you see a much larger swath of bioluminescence move by beneath you. As it kind of trails off.
Is it a squid?
Distance. You don't know. Goes on for maybe 20 feet. You see another one approaching what almost looks like a web, and as you get closer, from far away it looks quite small, and as you get wide, it gets quite a bit wider.
I might have to put a content warning.
I think we should put a
As
content warning.
it extends out to almost a 30-foot radius.
Thalassophobia.
As you kind of swim, it doesn't
Deep ocean.
move towards you, but you sort of swim around it, and you catch a little bit of the light, and you can see these very thin, long tentacles, almost jellyfish-like, extending out as you continue down, as you're getting closer to what you think is the 8-hour mark, but it's hard to delineate time.
Yeah, fuck.
As you fall farther and farther, I'm going to have you make one last Constitution saving throw.
Do the damage.
Okay.
17 again.
Dirty
Zac
20.
Efron.
Ooh, an 11 for Miri and a 17 plus 2 for Shy is a 19.
Okay, so Miri and...
Another natural one.
A natural one. And what was yours?
17 again.
17. So meets it, beats it. That's another 9 points of force damage. As Esper is struggling with this pressure. It is unlike anything you've ever felt before. And there is also, you are having some flashbacks of times you had been drowned.
Yeah.
And that is sort of keenly present in your mind. As you continue to fall, you see one last very large, probably about, you guess, maybe 30 feet away from you, very large streak of bioluminescence that's probably about 6 to 8 feet high, and it seems to stretch on for maybe 80 feet as it moves around and sort of encircles you and then continues off into the darkness.
In my brain, I'm thinking to myself now as M, I can speak with water beasts. I don't want to talk to anything down here. I'm terrified.
We're in a bad neighborhood. Isn't that the place to roll down the window?
No. You don't ask for directions down here. You just keep going.
Yeah, and you see as it turns off into the distance, it starts to come towards you as Miri kind of puts out her light. It swims up and above you.
Does it seem to be bothered? Does anything down here seem to be bothered or like interacting strangely with my luminescence?
It seems to be like there is like an attraction. Like they do swim towards you and then away.
I think I would, keeping myself within 15 feet of the party, I think I would do my utmost, like if they've got to stay close, but also that if like a little bit further forward.
Yeah. And you notice some of them kind of pulse as they get closer to you. And then continue on. Sometimes the patterns are different, but
Cool.
Almost like communicative.
Mm-hmm.
Can I discern any meaning from those?
Make an animal handling check.
Okay. Well, it's a +2. That's not so bad.
Oh, no, I might be able to.
I'll give you guidance.
Oh, thank you.
You want to cast a spell down here?
Yeah.
We can, because we
I'm just going to call you on that. Yeah, absolutely.
That's fun. That's a natural 20.
Nice.
+1, +2, so for 23.
You are able to suss out pretty quickly. You've spent time around not creatures of this size, but creatures similar and bioluminescence. You know that they're kind of sussing out whether you are a predator or prey or one of their species. So there is a bit of a kind of sussing out what you are. And you can tell with some of the larger ones, it's sort of a can I lure you in as prey?
Oh, okay.
Or sussing out of what exactly your bioluminescence is different, so they're trying to figure out, kind of gauge. But because you're not interacting with them, they don't seem threatened in any way, so they don't seem to feel the need to attack or anything.
Okay.
I just want to make an insight check just to see if I can pick up on how Esper's doing.
Sure.
With 19. There we go.
You're seeing just a fucking stream.
No, not. I know you're bleeding, but with the flashbacks.
Oh, the drowning and stuff.
Yeah, your emotional state.
Yeah.
And I think
I will say, those emotions feel a bit more present.
Mm.
You're not exactly. I don't even know that you necessarily clock that immediately.
Because it was just kind of a gradual thing.
And I think just in your head, you're going to hear, we're okay, we're in this together. And you are going to feel an odd sensation. I think, if I'm not mistaken, Esper has spent a lot of time focusing his mind and sort of pushing out non-essential information. And I think you feel when he's in his murder flow state, when everything sort of fades away and the voices go away, there's this settling. And I think there's a bit of a cost to that, of severing pieces of yourself off for the purpose of this. And I think in this moment, you feel that quieting without needing to pay the price as I cast Intellect Fortress on yourself and mine, because as he's saying, there's a cost on the body and the mind, and I think we're getting to the mind depth. As I'm going to cast it at 4th level for you and me.
Cool.
Nice.
All
right.
Well done.
You see below you, at a distance, there is a light, many different colors, that you see starts out kind of as a pinprick, and you start to see it extends out a line as far as you can see on either side of you. And as you continue to travel down, it gets wider. You see it gets wider as you're getting closer to it. You start to be able to make out as you get closer. You can all make perception checks.
19. That's pretty good for Mark.
Miri's gonna cast Guidance on Shy for that. Okay.
So yeah,
27 for Shy.
28 for Thistle.
Just night.
19.
19. You three, Esper, you're a little distracted, but you can see, even at this distance, a massive, massive coral garden that is glowing with bioluminescence, that extends out. It's huge, all along the trench at the bottom, and almost as far as you can see forward and behind you. As you descend closer and closer, you now see it as you get close enough. You're probably about 30 feet above it as you're sort of wading through. You can see there, with your amount of perception, as you get closer, you can see very few bones here and there, scattered amongst the coral. But it is a beautiful, glowing reef.
Would you say this coral reef's almost like a big plant?
I wouldn't. No.
Definitely not.
Coral's not plants.
Coral not plant.
I would
Is
start.
barnacle plant?
Or clams plants?
Clam plant?
Clam plant?
Is clam plant?
I would start looking for the gardener.
Dude, clams tried.
God.
Right.
It's a cool
The
spell,
big
dude.
fucking clam.
Or a little body.
You seen the painting of Aphrodite, dude? Just saying. Clams tried.
It's not a clam. That was an oyster.
Oyster tried.
Clams and oysters are basically cousins.
As you start to look around, you start swimming through the coral. How far away do you get from everyone? You all stay together?
We're staying together.
Yeah.
This will splitting off. No.
This will
I
turn
would
into a
also
water
be,
elemental. It goes way
keeping
away.
an eye out for a large sapphire.
Okay.
I'd have a hard time. I'm sure the gardener would find it, but
Did Miri Pack locate
Object?
object?
no, probably not today.
Chill.
It's not one of the ones she has normally listed, so I don't want to go outside Jess's kit.
Yeah, we love that sound brand.
After a little bit of time goes by, you see a figure swim towards you. Looks somewhat fish-like, long, kind of fish-like tail that extends out behind it. You can see a number of fins and a beautiful long frill kind of along its back that catches the kind of bioluminescence. It almost has like a mirror-like quality sometimes. And you can see from the kind of waist up more of a humanoid-like shape. The face is covered almost by a coral mask. So you don't see any facial features, but you do see they are holding what looks like almost like a two-pronged rake as they swim towards you. You can spot hanging on their wrist the sapphire in kind of a seaweed-like binding.
I would speak out in Aquan. Hello. We've come to visit.
You hear in your head, "Child of the deep, what brings you to the Garden of Osiren?"
I'm back in my head, I would say, the jewel on your wrist.
Ah. I wondered if it would be claimed.
I threw it down here in anger and realized that that was a mistake a long time later.
I could feel that anger. Here. You watch as she unbinds it. And it has been kind of reset in a coral setting.
Cool.
And you can see the chain, or what once was chain, is now like braided seaweed, it looks like, that's been kind of reinforced with what looks like maybe silver. But the shaping of the silver is almost coral-like. She brings it over.
Thank
hands
you.
it to you.
I take it back and I immediately put it on.
What is down here? We've come to discover what lurks in the depths.
You hear in your head, "This is a place of passing, where the children of the deep return to him."
Interesting. We've heard tale of people coming down here, but never coming back up.
It is a place of rest.
But not all of these people. Some of the people do come back. They just don't physically come back up.
Very few. Some are invited to travel beyond. She looks over at you. You can see, as you are here and kind of getting your bearings, you can see at your periphery spirits moving through the coral, almost swimming around the coral, and then dipping below. And then swimming back up, dipping below.
May we have the honor of knowing who we speak with.
I am that which I serve. That's all she says.
You are Osiris.
I am an extension.
Shy dips her head immediately in deference.
There is no need. All are welcome in the garden.
What do you do? You in the garden?
I tend to the reef.
What does that require?
Removing parasites. Ensuring things find a restful place so their physical bodies may re-enter the cycle of life and their spirits may pass.
Just to clarify, she referenced a siren saying he. Correct? Okay, cool.
Sirens
Dude, fucking-
he, they.
Fucking angels, dude.
Do you have anything?
His will, that which I serve. Like, come on, man.
Do you have any information you could share on how the people who come down here and are seen again in the mortal realm traverse getting back up topside without swimming back up?
I do not know. But those who have traveled and are living travel to the sea beyond. From there, I do not know.
I think with the intellect fortress and seeing all the spirits, it clicks. Esper's like, oh shit, I'm back. Kind of like, because he's like, this is a thin point.
Yeah.
Like it like all locks into place, and he's like, oh. This is a place of transition.
Yes.
I can feel it.
The ocean you speak of on the other side. Where is that?
What do you mean?
Which plane does it exist on?
It is its own plane.
It's a whole plane of ocean.
Yes.
Where those who follow go to rest.
Yes.
And some manage to get back out.
If Osiris grants it, yes.
So Osiris is on the other side, in that ocean.
Some believe so, yes.
Interesting.
During any of my, like, maybe specifically, like, the drowning, have I been to any afterlife that was exceptionally watery?
You have, but not in the way that she's describing it.
Interesting.
Well,
Is, my mother came down here. This would have been 3, maybe 3.5 years ago.
Yes, I remember.
Why? I only ask because she doesn't remember herself.
Your mother wished to find peace in the sea beyond.
Oh. Okay.
She wished to rest.
Yeah.
But it is my understanding that when she did, she was not ready to let go. And that peace came at too high a price. And Osiris granted her wish to return.
I'm mighty grateful he did. Took Took me a long time to find her, but I did. She's home now.
It's good to hear.
Would there are no graves, per se.
No.
Bodies decompose, return back to the ocean.
Oh, it's like a whale fall.
And the spirits are allowed to be here or move into the beyond. Is there any, you spoke about the plane to the Kraken's plane. Is there one to the elemental plane of water?
Yes, the sea beyond rests just below the elemental plane of water.
I understand.
They are inextricably linked. It is porous.
I've always wanted to see Lucia.
It is beautiful.
Mama keeps saying. Thank you.
Of course.
I don't think I have any more questions. I got what I came for.
I just have the one. I'm a little worried about the answer, but as someone who spends time in very deep places, does the name Harkoon the Living Memory mean anything to you? Just for her and I.
Do a goddamn angel!
Yeah, she can resist it.
See her head sort of turns. You can't see her eyes or her facial expression. That is not a name I have heard for a very long time. And you feel the ground beneath you start to shift as the coral starts to slide across. How have you come to know this name?
Do I still address that which I serve?
You are speaking to the deep.
My family has had dealings with that name, and I believe I bear a curse, which I desire to break.
I tell you this, there is only one ocean beyond my sight. It is a prison meant to be forgotten. And you feel this rush of water slam into you as you watch Mark shoot down the trench. And that's where we're going to end it tonight.
Oh, snap! That's what you get!
Had to ask.
Dude, your roommate is nasty and people don't like him.
There is only one ocean beyond my sight.
Yeah, it's
the god of the deep of the ocean. Wow. So if you want to hear us come scream into the depths,
Just really far away. I'm just so far.
Just think, I just written in my book, deep equals bust, and then you drop that on us. I'm not erasing it.
You can bust in the deep as much as
Hey!
You can't because of the pressure it keeps it in.
Absolutely. Deep thoughts.
If you want to hear us discuss this incredible episode, you're going to want to head on over to our Patreon. You can type !Patreon in the chat where we film Chatwater. We're going to take like a quick break immediately after we stop filming this episode to go dive into it, discuss the episode, discuss questions, our theories, do our wonderful little segment we call Best Dishes at the end, affectionately named by one of of the brunch guilds. Thank you. Where we predict what's going to happen next episode, and I'm excited to talk about it.
I know what's gonna happen, Marcy.
Please stick around for the raid. We're gonna go hang out with someone awesome. Tell them Blackwater wants you to be safe, or Blackwater wants you to touch the goo. One of the two. So put your thumbs up, babies. When there is an ocean that you're supposed to have forgotten about, be careful what you wish for, and touch the goo. Good night, everyone.
Before the